Alright, let's make it count. Final trial. It's 4:40 a.m., but I think today's my day. Let's make it work. Good morning. Oh, are you by yourself? Morning, Pearls. Mr. Nick, please tell me what's going to happen to Mystic Maya. I'm sorry. We don't know yet. The investigation is still going on, so I wasn't allowed in their temple. Oh, I see. So is Sister Iris still trying to remove those trick locks from the training hall? No, she's a defendant in this case, so she can't be the evidence. She is required to be here in court. Then how come she's not here in the defendant's lobby? I think it's kind of strange. If you're looking for Iris, she's in the prosecutor's lobby. Edgeworth? What's Iris doing over there? She's going over today's testimony with the prosecutor as we speak. Today's testimony? You heard me. Iris is going to be testifying as a witness for the prosecution. Wait, what? The prosecutor is squeezing her for a confession. Oh, so I heard. Francisco and Carmen, what are you up to? I know what you're thinking when Francisca isn't going to be the prosecutor today. What? Then who is? Who else would it be but Godot? Or Godot? Godot? Francisca is engaged in some very important work in a secret cavern. Oh no. Exactly. She has been out there all night trying to remove these trick locks, with the head nun's assistance naturally. We estimate that the last of the locks should be taken care of in about 3 hours. I hope everything continues and goes smoothly as we receive some good news soon. Prosecutor Godot intends to nail this case shut today. Be prepared to fight like there's no tomorrow, right? You don't tell me that. Touché. I can already see it in your eyes. You're not the same fever-ridden frantic maniac you were yesterday. It's strange. On the way here, I decided that today would be the end of all this. Almost immediately after I made a decision, I felt myself getting stronger. Interesting. Maybe you've passed your cold onto someone else? Literally. And with that, I leave the rest in your capable hands. Partner. Thanks. My speculation is that Maya channeled Dahlia, and Dahlia killed her. Good, don't give her the name. Let's get this right now, here and now. Your Honor? What are you... Who? Me? Well, my little brother. What? My little brother? So you're Canadian too? Okay. All of a sudden, in the blink of an eye, he developed a scorching fever and fainted. Therefore, I'll be standing in for him. I see, Your Honor. So they're brothers. That explains a lot. My poor brother. He looked like a bit pale. Not to mention sad that he couldn't be here. This is precisely why people feel the need to judge the past. And we of the court have been charged with the solemn duty of passing such judgment. Well said, Mr. Godot. I understood exactly what you said, at least up until the end anyway. Now then, Mr. Godot, please proceed with your opening statement. Humans are fragile, fickle beings. Our hearts change with the shifting of the tides. There's only one thing that remains a constant in this crazy world. The bitter darkness that lies at the bottom of this mug. So then you mean... forget it. What did you mean? During yesterday's trial... The accused refused to admit her role in the crime. But today, she has had a change of heart. Sister Iris of Ozagur Temple has a confession to make. Confession? The defendant. Iris, why didn't she discuss this with me first? Very well. This court will now hear the defendant's confession. Upon meeting a beautiful lady, always ask her name and profession. That's one of my rules. My name is Iris. I am but a simple nun who undergoing training at the Hazakura Temple. Witness, is there something you wanted to confess to? Yes, but first, I want to apologize to Mr. Wright. I couldn't continue lying to everyone anymore. It's alright. What is it? Mr. Wright, I have to admit that I did play a part in this terrible incident. Are you actually confessing? Are you saying that you were the one that murdered Miss Elise Deauxnim? No, I'm not, Your Honor. But I dealt with the cover-up after the murder took place. After her spirit left, I took the lifeless shell of Mr. Elise and carried it to the Hazakura Temple courtyard where I desecrated it. What? What? Witness, are you saying you were an accomplice to the murder? Yes, that is correct. What? Everyone on the planet is an accomplice, so it just happens to be that case. It's to murder. Isn't that right, Mr. Tried? Let go, though. So this is the confession they were conferring about. It pains me to say this, but it looks like Iris' testimony was all a lie. Now then, little lady, if you don't mind, I got a question for you. Which crime were you trying to cover up by your actions? I've been at Hazakura Temple ever since I was a little girl. Hazakura Temple is run by one of the branch families of the Karain tradition. One of our missions is to protect the main family. I'm sorry, but main family? Yes, and that's why I would dirty myself, if need be, to protect her. The daughter of the master of the Karain channeling technique, Mystic Maya Fey. Huh? Wake up and smell the coffee, try it. She's naming Maya? Order in the court. So not only did you witness the murder, you know the name of the murderer. I'm terribly sorry, but it's true. I saw her commit the crime with my very own eyes. And I cleaned up the area trying to protect her. No! Maya channeled Dahlia. There's no way. Objection! That's ridiculous. Maya could never do such a... The defense will refrain from commenting until the appropriate time. Now, witness, let's hear your testimony. What exactly happened on the night of the crime? Yes, Your Honor. I thought I was prepared for the unexpected, but I never imagined the case would wind up going in this direction. Okay, let's do it. Okay. Well done. Okay, not much evidence to work with. Huh. You look like I did after I mistakenly took a swig of Worcestershire sauce. Do you have a problem with the testimony we're hearing from the client, lawyer boy? Do I have a problem with Iris' testimony? Just one thing. Your Honor. I have no problem with the witness's testimony. You do. But this witness is your own client. Yes, well, nevertheless, that's fine. Witness, let's add the last statement to the testimony. Yes, sir. Hey, just a moment. It's my job to say that. Listen, Gramps, I won't say it again. Final judgment will be rendered by me. Okay, now, let's continue. And then, Mystic Maya, she turned things around and then she used the weapon she had taken and lunged forward with a strike. Shit. Oh, stab in the back. I know that's supposed to be a metaphor, but I don't get it. There's only one thing you need to get, Trite. It's called evidence. Now hurry up, before my next cup gets cold. What does that mean? Is Koda waiting for me to point out the contradictions? What else is there? threw her staff away and pulled a dagger from inside her robe. But the staff was the actual weapon, though, so I don't understand how that could be. There's no way. She pulled a dagger away from inside the robe, but no, her staff was the sword. I'm trying it. Oh, I guess I was right. Sister Iris, there was something strange about your version of events. Huh? Miss Deauxnim throwing her staff away makes no sense at all to me. But all you can do with the staff is hit someone. Actually, you wouldn't know this, Sister Iris, but the victim's staff had a sword in it. As you can see, it's a sword. Ah! If Elise Deauxnim really had wanted to kill Maya Fey, she wouldn't have needed to use a separate dagger. Not when she already had a beautiful blade in her hands already.
Objection!
How should I put this? A long sword is unwieldy and thus quite ineffective in close quarters combat. Maybe that's why she chose a dagger over her blade. Well, anyway, the type of weapon she chose to use isn't what's important. The important thing is that she tried to kill Maya Fey. So long as there is nothing strange about that, there's no problem with her testimony. But there is something strange about this whole testimony. Well, Mr. Wright, the prosecution has a point. Very well, Your Honor. I've heard out the piece of evidence that shows that this testimony cannot be trusted. Because Elise Deauxnim would never try to attempt to make the life of Maya Fey. Do I present her profile by itself? Because I don't think she would kill her own daughter. What? Her real name is Misty Fey.
Take that!
We'll see how it goes. Elise Deauxnim would never attack Maya Fey. How can you be so sure? Because the victim's real name was not Elise Deauxnim. Her real name was Misty Fey. Fey? Ah! No. Not Misty. Not Mystic Misty Fey. Who is Misty Fey? Is she related to... Misty Fey is the master of the Karine channeling technique. She is also the mother of Maya Fey. Are you serious? Is it really true, Mr. Wright? Was Elise Deauxnim actually the great Mystic Misty? Yes, there is no doubt about it. Looks like Iris had no idea. I can hardly believe it. The idea that she would try to kill her only daughter, one she hadn't seen in 17 years. Perhaps the prosecution would offer some explanation of why she would do such a thing. However, in light of some facts that have just been presented, 1, that the victim supposedly threw away a sword during a fight, and 2, that the sword looked at her mother and daughter. When taken together, the entire story seems difficult to believe. Listen there, there's nothing in this world that is impossible. Except for one little thing. Yes, what is this one little impossible thing? Huh, you still don't get it. You think maybe my beans were under-roasted, but you have no idea, Gramps. Could you get to your point? I heard this witness's confession this morning. Just as I had taken the first sip of my 8th cup this morning coffee. You're going to ruin your health, my friend. Anyway, after hearing this woman's confession, I had a detective who loves to investigate sent to the scene of the crime. And he discovered this little beauty. Is that the dagger the witness was testified to see? Obviously, Your Honor. But do you not notice something else? Now that you mention it, if you look closely, there appears to be blood on it. Where did you find that? I didn't see that when I investigated the crime scene.
Did you investigate the pine tree at the crime scene? Huh? The pine tree? This dagger was stuck in the back. This dagger was stuck in the back side of the pine tree. When the last blow was struck, and even found a battle between the two women, this little baby was thrown directly in the back of the pine tree. Which means the blood on the dagger belongs to the victim, correct? Were you even listening, old man? I first heard this confession this morning, just as I had taken the first sip of my 13th cup of morning coffee. Did you say it was your 8th just a few minutes ago? I didn't have enough time to get the blood analyzed at such a short notice. In any case, the court will set the dagger into evidence. Furthermore, I ordered that a blood test be performed on it immediately. This is my sweetheart. Make sure you treat her right. Bailiff, get this piece of evidence to the crime lab for testing immediately. Now then, the testimony we've just heard are numerous and however, after having found the very dagger the witness spoke of, I believe we can consider her testimony to be credible. You girls never lie, ever. Witness, if you could please testify again to the court. About what, Your Honor? About the incident you saw, the battle between the two women. Yes, Your Honor. The staff. And she dodged Mystic Elise's next attack and stole her weapon. Suddenly, Mystic Elise was on the defensive with her back to the stone lantern. That's when Mystic Maya stabbed Mystic Elise. Mystic Elise managed to fling the knife away, but then she collapsed.
Objection!
This whole entire thing doesn't match with the autopsy report. She was stabbed in the back. There it is, okay. Something about you just isn't right today, Iris. What? Until now, I didn't think you were the type to make such a careless mistake. However, the testimony you just contains quite a few contradictions. What do you mean? What's so wrong about my testimony? According to you, Maya Fey stabbed the victim while she had her back to the stone lantern, correct? Yes, that's right. But in that case, the victim would have been stabbed in the stomach, right? Yes, I think so. But, according to the autopsy report, the cause of death was due to blood loss from a stab wound in their back. Oh. This proves that the victim was stabbed from behind, not from the front. Sister Iris, it appears that the seed of doubt has sprouted from your testimony. No!
What is the meaning of this, Mr. Wright? Huh, it's simple. People are like books. We've all got a front and a back. You catch my drift? Is that all you have to say? I can almost say that darkness loves to play with the human mind.
Objection!
Could you please knock it off with the cheesy proverbs and illogical metaphors already? The point is, too much of this testimony just doesn't make sense. Throwing away a useful staff, the people fighting between mother and daughter, and then now she falsely claims that evidence was where the victim was stabbed in the stomach. Well, Iris, how about it? Well, it's just... If you ask me, you're just being too naive. You're being too naive about the whole thing. What do you mean? There are 253 distinct types of bitterness in coffee. But to pick out each one requires total concentration in the use of all senses. Will you be concentrating on this, what this witness actually said? Prosecutor Goto, explain yourself. The witness was quite unambiguous about her own ambiguities when she said that the garden was dark and she couldn't see clearly. A human needs one thing to see clearly, and that is light. Light. By the way, did you know? Hazakura has a rule that on nights of the Alkali's training is at the intertemple training, the stone lantern in the garden must be kept lit. I did wonder what that stone lantern was there for. Well, if that's true, shouldn't the witness have been able to see the crime more clearly? Normally, yes, Your Honor. But according to the head nun, Sister Bikini, on the night of the crime, it was impossible to light that stone lantern. Impossible? It hadn't been used for a long time, and the wick was no good. In other words, it had to have been nearly pitch black in the garden that night. There could have been a faint light coming from the training hall, but that's all. Almost a night. Yes, that illuminating fact has been chased all the contradictions away. If the staff was dropped, it would be difficult to see. It also explains why they didn't recognize each other. We can't see the demons that lurk in the night. That's why humans are weak. Isn't that right, Trite? Why is the judge just sitting there with that look on his face? What's wrong, Your Honor? Was that flame too hot? This lantern. There's something written on it. Why, it's written in blood. Oh boy. So the judge didn't know about that yet. Written in blood? It says Maya upside down. What the? Oh yes. That's right. Oh yeah, I forgot. Goto can see red. After being cornered and stabbed by Mystic Maya, Mystic at least didn't fall down right away. She must have been riding on that stone lantern behind her, with blood that was draining out of her body. It certainly looks that way.
Objection!
Hang on just a minute. What are you all talking about? What do you mean, what are you all talking about? We're talking about the message written in blood. Nonsense. This lantern, it's as clean as a whistle. Could it be? He can't see the bloody writing at all? Now that I think of it, he did say something to me yesterday. My eyesight is pretty messed up. Even with these huge goggles on my head, I still can't see everything. So that's what he meant by that. In any case, this is obviously an important clue. We now know the crime scene was dark, and that the victim scrawled this message on the stone lantern. Well, Mr. Goto, anything further? Mr. Goto? Okay then, let's move on. Goto is literally shaking, and somehow I don't think it's from caffeine overdose. That Miss Deauxnim was killed by Maya Fey. That's just wrong. Now it's time to turn our attention to you. Yes, sir. After the victim died, you did something, didn't you? Let's hear it. We're all ears. Understood, sir. Yes, Your Honor. That's... It would have been impossible if it wasn't for the snow. The snow, huh? There's no way. Like they say, idiots are too stupid to catch even a simple code. But there's no one other thing that bothers me. Why not just throw the body into the Eagle River? Oh my god, it's replicating the previous case. It would have been easier than dragging it all the way to the Hatsukura temple. I thought that would still cast too much suspicion on Mystic Maya. That's why I tried to take the body as far as possible. Huh, makes perfect sense to me. For the time being. Anyway, what did you do after you crossed the bridge? The snow had already stopped? That doesn't make sense if you stack it up against the other evidence. Your Honor, I'd like the statement Iris just made added to the testimony. Alright, we know how to present it here now. All will be made clear if you allow her statement to be added to the record. This should be fun. You, let's get the snow business cleared up, shall we? Yes, sir. By the time murder took place. Weather report. Nope. Fuck. It does? I don't see anything contradictory. Huh? Really? Objection denied. Son of a bitch. Whoops, that didn't go so well. I don't want to believe it, but I don't think my logic is failing me. Iris is trying to pin the murder on Maya. But why would she want to do that? There's only one reason I can think of. repeat after death. That's the biggest issue I have with it. By the time the murder took place, the snow already had stopped. But the weather data proves it's not right. Should I go back?
Objection!
Okay. This is the weather data from the night of the murder. According to this, the snow didn't stop until 10:50 p.m., but you couldn't have crossed Dusky Bridge at that time. Why do you say that? Because at 5 minutes before the snow stopped, Dusky Bridge was struck by lightning and had caught on fire. What did you say? The bridge, it was on fire? You don't mean to say you didn't know about it? It was because of the lightning strike that the bridge burned down. What? But it can't be. It looks like you still haven't figured it out. No matter how hard you try to deceive or conceal the truth, you can't pull the wool over the eyes of a real defense attorney. No! The bridge was already on fire when the incident took place. That's right. The inner temple was already totally cut off from the outside world. There's no way you could have crossed the bridge, body or no body. Well, witness, even my patience has its limits. Any further lying and I'll find you in contempt of court. Do you have anything to say for yourself?
Objection!
The only person here that is truly contemptible is you. Old man. Me? How dare you? Whether this witness lied or not doesn't mean squat right now. Squat? The important thing now is to find out the truth. Isn't that right? Yes, of course, but whether it was snowing or not snowing, or whether the bridge was burning or not, there was two facts that can be disputed. First, the body of Elise Deauxnim was discovered in the Hazakura Temple courtyard. And second, the head nun, Sister Bikini, witness Iris desecrating Elise Deauxnim's body. He makes a good point on both accounts. That's right, I'm not lying. What are you claiming this time? I wasn't myself at all that night, so my memory is still somewhat hazy.
Objection!
You have stood at that witness stand and testified this entire goddamn time. Are you telling us that now your memory of that night is heckin' hazy?
Objection!
It's only a human error. If you're so perfect, try it. Maybe you can explain this for the court. What is it? When the murder happened, the bridge had already burned down. But somehow the body traveled across the bridge and was found in the courtyard. Perhaps you can have some perfect explanation for this little magic trick. Well, not exactly, no. I know there must be some other way that she got across that burnt out bridge. But unless I can somewhat demonstrate it, we'll never know the truth. It looks like the defense is not prepared for offer a suitable explanation. You see what I mean? In other words, you're in no position to suggest that this lady's testimony is not the truth. Whack! Alright then, witness, let's hear your testimony once more. About what, Your Honor? You've admitted that you removed the victim's body. Nevertheless, your prior testimony contained a rather large inconsistency. Please add an explanation for that to your testimony. Yes, Your Honor. Will this be her final testimony? It's 5:22. So I must have just gotten confused, I guess. Was snow still falling or had it stopped? Does it really matter that much? Or are you saying that there is a way to cross a burning bridge? By flying? Oh my god, so Larry was right. Time. It is only human to err, and only humans can spot the errors of our ways. The more sense he makes, the less sense he makes. Alright, Mr. Wright, please begin your final cross-examination. What the fuck was that snapping noise? Don't even fucking need to do it. This is my shit.
Objection!
Larry, don't fail me now. A dead body flying over a burning bridge. I want to exactly rule out the possibility. What? What? Huh. You're saying it's possible? Don't make me laugh. There's only one thing possible about your claim that it's being pulled out of fucking thin air. I don't know about that. In any case, we have a witness who did see it happen. Who is it? Who is this witness? I can't chicken out here. I gotta keep on the attack. Go, go, go! Mr. Elise Deauxnim's brilliant and highly gifted apprentice. Maurice Deauxnim. Brilliant and highly gifted apprentice. Remember what he said in his testimony? That night, he was in the mountain shack heading home, and that's when he witnessed the event. I think you've all seen this sketch before. It's an exact drawing of what he witnessed that night. Are you serious? Today's not April Fool's Day, is it? Mr. Wright, are you seriously claiming that the victim flew through the air? And you're using a pathetic scribble to support your argument? Uh-oh. The judge looks like he's about to blow a gasket. Well, try it. There's nowhere for you to hide now. Other than looking like it was drawn by a 6-year-old, does the sketch prove anything? Yes, I'm pretty sure it does, and I'm going to prove it. Listen, I know your tricks. You're trying to turn this whole thing upside down. If you're so eager to turn this case upside down, why not start with the sketch? Upside down? Why did you go to say that? I don't think old Whisker Face is going to forgive any more mistakes. Alright, Phoenix, look carefully and think it over. Is... Of course the victim was flying through the air. You can see it right there in the sketch. Whoosh! You know, you're starting to remind me of yesterday's witness. What? That was the last thing I wanted to hear. Do you have any evidence that the victim flew through the air? Just so you know, we haven't discovered a gigantic human catapult at the inner human temple yet. I wish they had. Don't tell me we can do the Indiana Jones shit with a suspension cable. Even you're a lousy lawyer, at least you're 1 cup's worth of entertainment. I think we should skip the penalty this time. Ugh. There must be some way. I just know it. There must be some way to use Larry's sketch to show the truth of what happened. Alright then, the witness will now return to her testimony. The suspension cable.
Objection!
What? I'm not gonna reset. Son of a bitch.
Hold it!
I guess I need to do it again?
Objection!
Okay, so I need to do it again. I can't believe we're looking at this again. I admit that I didn't really understand it before, but I get it now. That's why I believe this sketch shows the truth. Very well. Alright then, let's hear the defense's theory. What exactly is the sketch trying to show? I don't think old Whisker Face is gonna make any mistakes. Alright, Phoenix, look carefully and think it over. How about a complete contradiction? I still can't believe Phoenix said that shit. Whoosh! Something about this is obviously funny about the sketch. I'm not art critic, but I can see that. No, that's what I meant, Your Honor. Laurie's Deauxnim stated that over and over that this sketch was exactly as he saw it. However, if we're to believe his testimony, then the sketch contradicts reality as we know it. Contradicts reality? Huh, this is getting interesting. Looks like you're back to that finger pointing thing again. Okay, Trite. So what exactly contradicts reality as we know it? A suspension cable.
Take that!
It's his wire connected to the bridge. The wire? Huh. Is it the thing that contradicts reality? Yes, it is indeed. Then show us the reality it's supposed to conflict with. Show us something that will point out how the sketch contradicts reality.
Take that!
That's a photo of the dusky bridge, correct? Yes. Now compare the sketch and the photo for a minute. In the sketch, the wires appear to be above the guard wires. But on the actual dusky bridge, jumping Jehoshaphat, the wires are below the guard wires. The sketch is somewhat different than what depicted in the photo. However, isn't it likely that the artist just saw it wrong? Or perhaps he just drew it wrong? Either way, it sounds like you're just wrong. Nuh-uh. With someone like Loris, I admit a mistake is a definite possibility. But then that begs the question, why did he make a mistake? What was the reason? Are you saying you know the answer to that? Listen, think back, alright? Remember what Loris was doing when he witnessed this event? He was at the Heavenly Hall waiting for a lover that was never going to come. He waited and waited and finally laid down. But then, lightning shoots from the sky and sets a bridge aflame. Now ponder what sort of position Loris might have been at the time. He was lying on his back, which is why I remember the scene the way he did. He was lying on his back. I can't see how this relates. But it does, Your Honor. That is the reason why the wires in the sketch go up instead of down. No way. Laurie's Deauxnim witnessed the event when he was lying on his back, face up. In other words, the scene that he saw was actually upside down. Oh my god, Yoda, thanks for that.
So then, the sketch should actually... I think you finally get it, Your Honor. The correct way to view Lord Deauxnim's sketch is like this. This is how it should actually look. The victim's body wasn't flying above the bridge. It was actually swinging below. That's right, just like a pendulum.
Objection!
Of all things to say, a pendulum. The bridge was burning to a crisp. There was no way to get across it. But if the body had been found at the inner temple, it would cause problems. This is where the criminal decided to make a gamble. They used the burning bridge to get the body across to the other side. The pendulum was the only way to get it done.
Objection!
Let's think about this for a minute, shall we? Deauxnim Bridge is about 20 yards long, which means it's about that far from the inner temple to the opposite cliff. Yes, that sounds about right. In order to cover that distance with a pendulum, you'd need a rope at least 10 yards long. To get a rope that long, you have to plan ahead.
Objection!
Lightning strike that light only have been an accident, so it doesn't make sense the culprit would have been prepared the rope beforehand. So then, they didn't have to get the rope ready. The rope was already right in front of them. What? I'm saying that it was just a matter of using what was already there. In that case, Mr. Wright, please give us an explanation to support your theory. What makes you think the criminal had the rope on hand to create a pendulum? Maybe the crystal sphere? Pendulum, huh? Maybe it is a crystal sphere, because the pendulum, hold on. Yeah, so the crystal ball.
Take that!
What do you think, Mr. Godo? I think that Mr. Try is lucky there's no rope around here. Huh? Even if I had just a sliver of rope, I'd be wrapping it nice and tight around his neck. I should have figured I'm not going to win this one with lucky guess. Oh no, my health, dude! Fuck, I can't make a mistake anymore. Wait, but that's the only possible way the body could have gotten across. The rope was already right there in front of them. What? Okay, let's do it again. I guess the photo again, huh?
Take that!
And the meaning of this is, if you want to know where the rope came from, it's hanging right there in front of your glorious beard. This is one of the wires from the bridge. When the lightning struck the bridge and set it on fire, one of the suspension wires came loose from its anchor. The criminal didn't have any time to waste, so they tied the wire around Elisa Deauxnim's body. Because there was simply no other way to move the body. Holy fuck, she understands physics. Huh. Jesus Christ, what a fucking sipper. Mr. Godo? It seems like the odds of the rope being readily available is very high, so I suppose that it's not an impossibility after all.
Objection!
Possible or impossible? That's the question we need to ask. There's only one question. Did that really happen? Right. I wonder if you can prove what happened to us. Do you have any actual evidence? Yes.
Take that!
Well, Before I present my evidence, let me review what we know so far. According to this photo, one of the wires snapped. Looking at the map, we can see it's in the one that was in front of the inner temple. So then that was the spot where the criminal... Yes, precisely. Now let's consider the body's movement by looking at the overhead map again. The body was pushed from this point here. It would drop on the opposite bank approximately at this point. Did you say drop? Well, they must have failed to catch the body on the other bank. What makes you think something like that happened? Because I have evidence that suggests her body drops in a distance. What kind of evidence? Take a look at this autopsy report. It says here that her body fell about 10 feet after her death. 10 feet, huh? That's more than likely the height of difference between the two sides. The body overswung due to a forward momentum, but then came loose and it fell about 10 feet. And then, as a result, landing impact, this crystal sphere was knocked loose. That's... Yes, this bloodstained amethyst crystal is the one that came off of Miss Elise's staff. And even more important is the place where this crystal sphere was found. Indeed, I believe it's already marked on this overhead map. The crystal was found... Oh! Precisely, Your Honor. In the very spot where a pendulum would arrive if given the right amount of speed. This explains your theory quite well, Mr. Wright. You have provided us with a way the body could have been moved that night. Huh? An impressive deduction, Mr. Wright. Most impressive. Mr. Wright. I thought this with cold coffee would have might cool you down. What's the meaning of this, Mr. Gordo? That was the dark and bitter guess you just made there, Trike. But you forgot about one thing. And what would that be? There were Oma. Huh? Coffee's most reliable accomplice is its deep and profound aroma. The rest of the court doesn't speak coffee-nese. Can you elaborate a little bit more? If the criminal had sent the body to the other side like you say, then naturally there must have been an accomplice lying in wait to catch it. An accomplice? The criminal wasn't able to cross Dusky Bridge. So, who collected the body? What did they say to that, Trite? Mr. Goto's correct. This can't be the work of a single person. It wasn't. It really wasn't. Pearl Fay. Well, Mr. Wright, you know what you must do. Yes, Your Honor. The body couldn't have made it to Hazakura Temple without an accomplice. If you please, Mr. Wright, who was the person that received the body on the Hazakura Temple side? The one I didn't understand. Who was the person that received the body on the Hazakura Temple side? It would be Iris, yes.
Take that!
It can be only you, Sister Iris. I have a problem with this face. It's a face that only Dahlia makes. I don't see why you're so surprised. The only way to transport the body from Dusky Bridge is by snowmobile. But with her bad back, Sister Bikini could never pick up a body like that. You're the only one that could have managed it.
Objection!
Right. Were you even listening to the witness's testimony? On the night of the crime, this little cutie pie was the cleanup duty in the inner temple garden after the mother-daughter bloodbath.
Objection!
I haven't forgotten, but have you, Mr. Goto? This witness was also seen at Hazakura Temple, desecrating the corpse of the victim. Strange indeed, and almost as if, on that night, the defendant was in two different places at the same time. Sister Iris, let me ask you something. Why didn't you mention it when you first gave your testimony? Mention what? The pendulum, of course. using the sketch drawn by an eyewitness. I have established how the body was moved using the burnt-out bridge, which means it's now a fact that this occurred, something you should have already known. You had no idea. In fact, it'd be impossible for you to be clueless about this whole thing. Unless you're not really Iris to begin with. Phoenix, you just fucking twisted me so hard. This is Dahlia! I fucking knew it! His face! What? How can you say that, Mr. Wright? What kind of nonsense is this? You're saying this isn't Iris of Hazakura Temple?
Objection!
Are you serious? Trite. You mean this woman is... Godo, you gotta let the face you a killer. Iris could have received that corpse that night. Now I get it. Now I know why I've been sick to my stomach this whole trial. Why her whole demeanor changed so suddenly from yesterday. And why she's trying to pin this murder on Maya. It's Dahlia, the woman that's standing there in the witness stand. Her real name is... Dahlia Hawthorne. I never thought I'd have to utter your name again, let alone see you. It's been a long time, Dahlia Hawthorne. Hawthorne? Sister Iris had a twin sister, and you're looking at her, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. That name rings some bells. Distant bells, but bells nonetheless. Huh. Just your imagination, Gramps. This file contains all the relevant data about Dahlia Hawthorne. Oh yes, I remember now. That case, 5 years ago. My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I just want to say, it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence. But according to this, Dahlia Hawthorne is already dead. It says her execution was carried out last month. So what? Dead has no meaning in this courtroom. What? Wait a moment. How can you... My sister? She's already dead. What kind of...
Objection!
You of all people should already understand. After all, the blood of the master of the Quran channeling technique flows within that body. The Quran channeling technique. Now where have I heard that? That's right, you're not Dahlia Hawthorne herself. You are the spirit of Dahlia, currently inhabiting the body of a spirit medium. What an exciting story. Exciting, but quite impossible. You're asking us to buy that Dahlia Hawthorne just happened to be channeled by someone? On the very night of the murder to a temple where her twin sister Iris was? Well, if you're going to put things that way, then yes.
Objection!
We're supposed to believe in coincidence just like it happens.
Objection!
Naturally, it was no coincidence. The whole thing was a part of the plan from the very beginning. It was all written right here in these instructions. Ah, what's that? These instructions were written by your mother, Morgan Fay. And that part of the plan called Dahlia Hawthorne to be channeled. That night, there were 2 irises at the Hazakura Temple. 2 of them. Even the time the channeling was planned out. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, in other words, 10 p.m. However, Iris was seen before dinner time. That means the Iris that was at dinner was the real Iris. And the Iris who gave me this hood in the main hall was also the real Iris. Meaning that the Iris sister Bikini saw the inner temple, or someone else dressed up as her, namely one Dahlia Hawthorne.
Objection!
You even know what you're saying, Trite. This whole channeling the spirit of Dahlia Hawthorne business. Yes, it's true that you found plans that talk about it. However, there's only one thing that's perfectly clear. The witness currently standing is the real Iris. What? What? Calm down and remember why you ran the night. After meeting Sister Bikini, the Dahlia Hawthorne that had been channeled would have been stranded at the inner temple due to the lightning strike. But yeah, Maya summoned her. later, the body was moved by the pendulum. That's right. Naturally, that would mean the iris that received the body was the real iris. Are you with me so far? Yes, I am. After being notified of what happened, the police came to Hazakura Temple's main hall. There they found Iris in her room and arrested her. And ever since, she's been under police supervision at the detention center. Yes, I suppose. Oh, thank goodness. But something still seems off. Way off. I'm still not convinced that this iris here is the same one from the other night. Huh. I suppose you're about to say something really ridiculous. Like the real iris and the spirit of Dahlia somehow switch places? Switch places? To be perfectly honest, there are still quite a few things I don't understand, but I do know that unless we confirm the witness's identity, we can't continue with this trial. Iris doesn't have the spiritual power needed to channel Dahlia, so it'd be Maya, which means they must have switched places somewhere. Well, Mr. Ryan, since the time she was arrested at Hazakura Temple, have there been any chances for Iris to switch places with Hawthorne? There was one. With fucking Edgeworth, my guy. He fell and fainted. I think there might have been one chance. Oh, explain yourself. Yesterday, for a few minutes, Iris's whereabouts were unknown. Unknown? What do you mean? What I mean is, there was a span of time in which Iris was able to move freely, unsupervised. Well, who was it? Who would give a murderess a time to move free like that? I'm sorry. I know you didn't mean to. It wasn't your fault. The person who gave Iris a freely chance to move was...
Take that!
This is Mr. Edgeworth, isn't it? Your Honor, there was a fairly large earthquake yesterday, was there not? An earthquake? That hurts my eyes. How could I have... She fled. She escaped. We went to the inner temple right away. And it's true, Iris was already there. However, they had already switched places by that point in time. When I arrived at the training hall, I was met by none other than Dahlia Hawthorne. That's quite enough already, Mr. Wright. Now see here. No judge in his right mind would consider the idea of spirit channeling it. Be quiet. It is her. It's been a long time, Mr. Judge. Guess I'll have to ask again. Upon meeting a beautiful lady, always ask for her name and profession. That's one of my rules. Dahlia Hawthorne, and my current profession, permanently retired. So you're not going to bother hiding your identity anymore, huh? Why should I? After all, I'm dead. Oh my god, that scary face, dude. There's nothing you can do to punish me. What is going on here? Dahlia Hawthorne. I never thought we'd meet again, and I never thought we'd meet like this. But this time, I'll end it. For her and for myself. Jesus Christ. I'm getting chills. Oh my god. Alright. I'll come back from my sleeping nap. Allow me to check if the audio were actually recorded or not, because I'm unsure if that's actually the thing. Let's give me a sec. Let's move that real quick. Desktop, Ace Attorney. It should be here. Is my voice playing? Alright, let's make it count. Yes, it is. Let's go. A final trial. I cannot believe this is happening. Let's get this underway.
let's continue where we left off, shall we? Well, witness. Yes, how can I help you, Mr. Judge? Well, it seems like that we're learning the truth. We'll need to hear your testimony. I have no problem with that, but when you've seen what you have, sometimes the truth is better left unknown. In any case, let's hear your testimony. Tell us about the plan that was carried out that night. Here we go. Did you just say the plan was to kill Maya Fey? Yes, you have a problem with that? Don't give us that fucking nonsense. There's no way that... Watch yourself, trite. If you've got a problem, solve it during the cross-examination. That's one of my rules. To kill Maya? Could it be true? Oh, I got one tick of health. Oh, shit. You're the talking about Pearl Fey, is that correct? Yes, though at first she had high hopes for the two of us. You and your twin sister, Arms. That's correct. Fortunately, neither of us had much spiritual power. That's why we were abandoned by her, along with our father. Abandoned? The one person I ever really cared about in life was myself. My sister was a nuisance, so I convinced my father to leave her at the whole temple. You mean Iris? Yes, my father remarried a woman who also had a daughter. The less children you have, the more money there is to go around, right? And on top of that, my father had absolutely no interest in children in general. How horrible. The really horrible one was that woman, that bitter, vengeful woman. It was her stubbornness that gave birth to that child, Pearl Fey. She was born with an abundance of spiritual power, unfortunately for her. Morgan Fey had heaped all of her broken hopes and dreams onto the poor child's back. All because of her pathetic dreams of having her bloodline becoming the main family. But for it to work, Maya would have had to die. The idea was for me to kill Maya and then blame it on that. You are Maya right now. You were going to kill Maya. Pearl didn't need to know anything about it. All she had to do was to follow the instructions of the letter and channel me. Then I would have simply used her body and finished the job. In any case, I'm already dead, and there's nothing any of you can do to me. So the plan was to blame the crime on your younger twin, on Sister Iris of Hazakura Temple. She and I look absolutely identical. No one can tell us apart, except for your hair. If someone were to witness me killing Maya, naturally they would think it was Iris that had done it. And the witness in this case was the head nun, Sister Bikini. I never would have guessed she was going to return to Hazakura Temple that night. But she wound up seeing Iris' crime anyway. Why would you want to pin the murder on the Iris in the first place? She's your twin sister, isn't she? Twin sister? Don't make me laugh. She's nothing but a backstabber. I couldn't care less about her. A backstabber? You just don't understand. You never will. Anyway. You think the plan was a success? You heard me. Just as that woman had hoped. Maya Fey is dead. Now the title of the master will pass on to Pearl Fey.
Objection!
That's absurd. Maya is she's just trapped inside the sacred cavern. Really? You're as foolishly optimistic as ever, aren't you, my darling Feeny? What? Do you want to know the truth? Ever since we met, I have despised you. Your sniveling Neviet and your pathetic faith in other people. Can't believe it. She meant to kill Maya. I've got to keep a cool head. And I need to get more information on her. It's the only way to understand this plan and what she was after as well. Maya would have to die? But why? For our bloodline to succeed as the main family, thus making Pearl the new master. The remaining descendants of the current master had to be taken care of.
Objection!
The Pearls would never agree to a plan like fucking that. She adores Maya. How sad. You still don't get it, do you? What Pearl wanted had nothing to do with it. Morgan didn't care one bit about Pearl. The only thing she cared about was the position of the master. That's all. That's ridiculous. She was willing to sacrifice anything and anything to achieve her goal. The life of her daughter. And naturally, the life of Maya Fey as well. How could anyone do that? You were executed last month, correct? Yes, I was hanged. It wasn't exactly pleasant. How did you manage to discuss the plan? When did you talk with Morgan Fey? Last year, she was transferred to the same detention center as me. Since I was on death row, she was my mother. It was actually pretty easy to meet with her. I see. So that was when you discussed the plan. Ha! Are you crazy? At first, that woman was planning to kill me as well. Even though I'm her own daughter. I'll make Pearl Fey the master of crime. She's a cold, twisted woman. She thought she could finally regain her lost honor. The honor she lost when her younger sister Misty took her place as a master. But ever since that day, she's been working on this plan. A plan, huh? I just want to know one thing. What did you personally think of Morgan Fey's plan? I told you already, didn't I? It was a stupid plan. It had no point, no value other than fulfilling her own greedy desires. Yes, it was certainly nothing to be proud of. If that's how you feel, why did you help her carry it out? Why would you do it? Why would you kill Maya? You may not understand it, being the kind and gentle soul that you are. You may not be able to appreciate why someone like me would help a woman like that. So then tell me, why? Isn't it obvious? I'm not like that woman. I only act in my own self-interest. The reason I helped her was for myself. For my own personal satisfaction. What did you say? So this woman, Dahlia Hawthorne, she had her own reason for wanting Maya dead.
Hold it!
Obviously, it's because you were helping Morgan Fey. Helping? Don't make me laugh. From the day I was born to the day I died, I never helped anyone. I lived for myself, and in the end, I died for myself. I thought that was obvious. So she wasn't actually cooperating with Morgan. She was just using Morgan in her plan so she could accomplish her goal. To be channeled by Maya, huh? All I wanted to do was kill Maya Fey. That was the only way I could think of getting revenge. Revenge? It looks like I have no choice but to present that piece of evidence. Can't believe it. She meant to kill Maya. I've got to keep a cool head. And I need to get more information out of her. It's the only way to understand this plan and what she was after as well. Okay, I'm scared. I got one shot. I've cornered myself. This is bad. What's the evidence that I have? Think. Who does Dahlia Hawthorne hate the most? She doesn't like her sister, she doesn't care for Morgan Fey, and the only reason why she would want to channel Maya is to have her as a vessel? But I doubt it.
But I'm speaking to Maya's personnel right now. But it's Dahlia. So who does Mia... What? Mia. The first trial and the fourth trial was all centered around Mia versus Dahlia. And Dahlia lost once after she had won once. There's no way. Piecing it together. It's because of Mia.
Objection!
Could it be that your actual goal had nothing to do with Maya Fey herself? As I said, none of you had the power to punish me anymore, because I'm already dead. Well, I had the same problem, you see. You can't punish the dead, and you can't take revenge against them either. You want to take revenge on someone. I was sentenced to die because of that woman, Mia Fey. I somehow knew this was it. I wanted to send her a message. It was at her hands that I suffered my first humiliation. I wanted her to feel the same pain she made me feel. Sadly, when I realized revenge was impossible, I gave up. And the reason it was impossible was that perhaps Mia Fey had already died. Yes, and I had realized there's only one way to take revenge against the dead. And how do you do that? Even when the body dies, the spirit, the ego, it lives on forever. I wanted to take away the person that Mia Fey loved most. I wanted to kill her with my own hands. That would be the one and only I could take my revenge against Mia Fey. That was the reason I helped out with that woman's plans. Just for that? That you would kill Maya? Your goal was no different than that of Morgan Fey. As they say, the apple does not fall far from the tree. What a cruel plan. Cruel, cold, and heartless. Don't waste your time preaching to the dead. I've already told you, there's not a thing you can do to me. That night, at about 9:30 p.m., I materialized into this world. I quickly pinned my hair up and put on a demon-warding hood. Then I picked up the staff that was by my side and left Hazagura Temple. So, it was at least Deauxnim who channeled her after all. That ridiculous head nut had never noticed the thing. She left Maya Fey at the inner temple and wobbled back, clutching her poor old back. That kid was easier to handle than I had hoped. I caught up with her in front of the stone lantern. Then I took out the dagger I got from the store rubber band. So then you're saying you stabbed Maya? It's strange, but I don't have a clear memory of what happened after that. What does that mean? No clear memory? I don't know. I think I was stabbed. You were stabbed. At the last minute, Maya Fey must have stabbed me. I'm sure of it.
Objection!
That's not like her at all. Maya wouldn't stab a French fry with a plastic fork. Anyway, I suddenly lost consciousness. Before I did, I scrawled her name on the lantern. Just as I was passing out, I wrote Maya behind my back. I hoped it would cast suspicion on her. I can't believe she was thinking of that until the bitter end. That's where memory temporarily stops. It stops? I don't have any memory of actually killing Maya Fey with my own two hands. My very last memory was Maya's terror-filled eyes. When I woke up after that, I was in the sacred cavern surrounded by darkness. You were in the sacred cavern. The entrance was sealed with one of those trick locks. Somehow I had been trapped in there. But how did you wind up there? I'd like to know that myself. Anyway, I was worried. I didn't know whether Maya Fey was dead or not. And I swore I wouldn't return to the underworld until I knew I'd killed her myself. For a ghost, you're one tough cookie. I wanted to get out there and make sure she was dead, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't get out. The trick lock stopped you. Huh. I didn't know how to remove it. So you're saying you were actually confined against your will inside the sacred cavern? Yes. I wanted to get rid of that annoying clock as soon as possible. But it wasn't easy. I kept getting interrupted while I was working on it. Interrupted? It was early in the morning, but someone came into the training hall.
What? Who?
Could it have been Maya? I thought the same thing, but I couldn't see. Why not? If someone had spotted me, I would have lost my chance to take revenge. So I made sure to hide myself well at the back of the sacred cavern. That morning, only 2 people could have gone into the training hall. Maya and Pearls. Pearls went there to cover the hanging scroll in gravy. Still, I finally managed to remove the lock, but I was too late. What did you mean by that? Flies had already started to gather. The bridge had been fixed and the police had started an investigation, correct? Naturally, I couldn't go out. So instead, I returned to the cavern and put the lock back on myself. I realized I wouldn't get a chance to see Maya's corpse as I had hoped. But just then, Lady Luck showed up. Lady Luck? After that big earthquake, she showed up. All by herself. Iris. The real Iris. She said she'd come to make sure the cavern is alright. Stupid girl. I came out from the sacred cavern and got a feel for the situation. And I locked her away at my place. I had finally learned exactly what had happened. It was then I learned that the plan had actually succeeded. What do you mean, your plan had succeeded? I had misunderstood one thing, you see. That night, the one that had summoned me, I had assumed that it was Pearl Fay. Well, of course you would have assumed that. It was written in the instructions. But I was wrong. The person that had actually called my spirit back was... Misty Fay, the picture book author. What? Well, that's really the only possibility, isn't it? After I lost consciousness in the garden. It was her body that was left lying there. Maya Fay, I wasn't able to kill her with my own hands after all. But even so, I made her commit the most vile sin a human can ever commit. And that is... matricide. The sin of killing our own mother. No way!
What is the meaning of this?
It's true that I was the one who attacked Maya Fay, but even so, the murderer who actually snuffed out Misty Fay's life was none other than your darling little Maya.
Objection!
Ridiculous! That's nonsense. Are you sure about that? Just think about it. There's even evidence supporting these facts, isn't there? What do you mean? What is this so-called evidence? The fact that Maya Fay had disappeared is evidence enough, isn't it? Huh? The idea that she's still in the sacred cavern is just ridiculous. She wasn't able to escape from the inner temple. That much is obvious. In that case, there's only one place she could be. Where? Do I have to spell it out? The bottom of the Eagle River. Where else? Eagle River? Maya Fay killed her long-lost mother. Can you imagine the guilt she must have felt when she realized that? That's why she threw herself into the Eagle River. Most bodies that wind up in there are lost forever. I don't believe that for a second. You have to be channeling her. Who else? Who else is in this suit? So what do you have to say now? Feeny. Oops. Sorry, that's my phone. Dude, that's a sick-ass ringtone, dude.
What kind of ringtone is that? Beep. Goto here. Okay, thanks. What was it something important? They just finished removing the logs from the sacred cavern. That's great! What about Maya? There was a woman in the cave. Was it Maya Fey? It was the accused. Sister Iris. Huh? Don't look so surprised. I locked her in there yesterday. I just finished telling you that. So what about Maya? Where is she? There was no one else found inside the sacred cavern. No, can't be. I told you, didn't I? She's dead. No. There's no way. Someone is channeling Dahlia, but who? Huh. Tried. Have you ever heard this one? Once you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains must be the truth. No matter how improbable it may be. What is that supposed to mean, Prosecutor Goto? According to this witness, Maya Fey threw herself into the Eagle River. However, is that really the truth? Remember, this woman testified earlier that the bridge was already on fire when the murder was taking place in the garden, which means that Maya had thrown herself into the river. It must have been from the inner temple side, near the bridge. But that's impossible. It's impossible to jump into the river from there. Ha! What? Don't get your panties all twisted up, Tried. Just relax and think through the whole thing again. He's helping me. Well, Mr. Wright, Miss Hawthorne claims Miss Fey threw herself into the river from there. Let me check the map. It was impossible! The bedrock! Thanks, Goto. Let's go. Do you have any evidence that refutes this claim? Yes, it does.
Take that!
It's impossible to jump into the Eagle River from the inner temple side. No one knows that better than this witness. What did you say? 11 years ago, you jumped into the very same river. Just take a look at this overhead map. As you can see, below the cliff on the inner temple side is a big rock shelf. Oh! Ooh! You're right. She wouldn't have reached the river if she had jumped off from there. In other words, if she had jumped, we would be able to see her body in this photo. Oh! So you finally figured it out. You? No! Gordo! Diego! Thank you! Maya ain't dead! Maya ain't dead! Let's fucking go! You're just playing with me. Maya Fey's body at the bottom of the... Maya Fey's body is at the bottom of the Regal River. There's nowhere else she could possibly be hiding. Miss Hawthorne, have you ever heard this one before? Once you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains must be the truth. Yes, just a few minutes ago. Maya Fey wasn't inside the sacred cavern. We now know that she didn't throw herself into the Eagle River. Correct. That eliminates all the most likely possibilities. Now, although it seems improbable, there's still one other place she could be. What? What is this one possibility you're talking about? That's obviously a fucking bull. Then where's her dead body then? She's not dead. You're channeling her. I called it. Normally the living have no way to punish the dead, but I think there's a way to give Dahlia Hawthorne the ultimate punishment. Shall I tell you, Miss Hawthorne? Shall I tell you where Maya is this very instant? She's in this courtroom. There's only one possibility left. Namely, she's right here in this very courtroom. What? Maya Faye's here? You say she's here in my courtroom? Dahlia Hawthorne, I seem to recall that you said, I had misunderstood one thing, you see. So what? But I think there's one more thing you misunderstood. What do you mean? Tell me something. At this very moment, who is channeling Dahlia Hawthorne? Why, that's obvious. It's Pearl Faye, that pathetic little sniveling runt. You're wrong. Pearl's tried, but she couldn't do it. I never feel like channeling someone. This is the first time it's happened. Isn't there any explanation for why you couldn't channel a spirit? This could be happening if someone else was already channeling the same spirit. Someone called me before Pearl did, but who? Pearl's even tried again on the day after the crime, but she couldn't do it. What could that be? I think the truth is becoming clearer to you right about now, am I correct? Oh! It wasn't Pearl that channeled you.
Take that!
This is an easy one. Pearls couldn't do it, and Misty Faye is gone. There's only one possibility left. Dahlia Hawthorne, the person channeling you right now must be Maya Faye. What? But how could that be? Remember what this witness, Dahlia Hawthorne, said about her goal. She said that her goal was to kill Maya Faye. Yes, that's right. But if Maya channeled the spirit of someone that was trying to kill her... well, Gramps, what would happen? Could it be? It looks like you finally understand, Your Honor. Well, I don't. What the fuck are you going on about? What I'm going on about is the reason why Maya channeled you. And there's only one reason. To protect herself from you. To protect herself from me? Yes. On the night of the crime, you were only interested in one thing. Killing Maya Faye. The path back to Hazakura was closed off and there was nowhere for her to run. So the problem became, where would be the safest place to hide? Oh! You mean, that's when she channeled me? All this time, you thought you had been channeled by Pearls. That's why it never occurred to you that Maya's hiding place was you. Oh my god. The hair. You're saying that I, Dahlia Hawthorne, was played for a fool by that little whelp? Maya Faye killed herself. Isn't it fucking obvious?
Objection!
Sorry, but no. It would have been impossible for her to jump into the Eagle River. It was the only avenue of escape open to Maya. Only way that Maya could disappear from the inner temple. I don't believe you. A stupid little girl like that who has never been out of in the real world. She could never have come up with a plan like that. Who could have ever given her such a brilliant idea? Well, me, of course. Mia! Let's go! Big titty on a son! Mia Faye. It's been a long time, Dahlia Hawthorne. Yeah, yeet! So it's true. It was you. Yes. You're something else. But what? What are you doing here? That hair. It's Pearls, right? Tell me something, Dahlia. I want you to think back to that night one more time. You had just cornered Maya in the Inner Temple's garden. And then, in the final moments of the fight, you lost consciousness. I was stabbed by Maya Faye. Actually, Maya lost consciousness at the same time as you. She did? When she woke up, she was in a training hall. That's when Maya decided that she needed to help. So she channeled me. She explained in the memo the situation that she was in. She asked me what I thought she should do. Of course, I didn't have all the details, but one thing was perfectly clear, and that was, I knew that you couldn't be allowed to wander free. Free? What did you mean? It was a race against time, so I wrote down the 2 things that Maya had to do. Channel Dahlia Hawthorne as soon as possible, and lock herself in a sacred cavern until help arrived. So it was Maya who put that lock on there. Yes, but why did you order her to do those 2 things? If she hadn't done it, Dahlia Hawthorne would have been channeled by someone else. By one Pearl Faye. Pearls? Yes, Pearl didn't properly understand the plan, so all she was trying to do was follow her mother Morgan Faye's instructions. If she had succeeded in channeling Dahlia Hawthorne's spirit, things would have turned out very badly, to put it mildly. So that's how it was. Dahlia Hawthorne would have used the body of Pearl Faye to kill Maya at all costs. Yes, it certainly sounds like that it was the intent all along. How dare you! I won't forget this. Why not just admit it, Dahlia Hawthorne? Your little plan was nothing but a big failure. Yes, another failure to add to the pile of shame, when you say. What do you mean by another? I'm saving. This is intense as fuck. Think about it, Dahlia. Remember all your past crimes? Not a single one of them was a success. They all ended in failure. What? How dare you? 11 years ago. The fake kidnapping. Your very first crime. You got your hands on a $2 million diamond, but... After Terry Falls escaped and went to meet with Valerie Hawthorne, the truth was exposed. Shut your mouth, that wasn't my fault. It was because of that stupid oaf of a prisoner and that weakling of a policewoman. And then, 1 year later, you tried to kill me. Well, I'm still alive, but... You wound up killing someone else. As a result, you were sentenced to death. It's one stupid move after another for you, but it's no longer funny. You, wipe that smug, happy-go-lucky smile off your face. And now this. You've messed up again. You let Maya Fey escape, even though she was right there in front of you. You spinster. And if you had gotten this spiky-haired jerk the guilty verdict, I would have been hanged to death. True. But I think you finally understand, Dahlia Hawthorne. You will never defeat me. What? What did you say? Whether you're alive, dead, or somewhere in between, you will never defeat me. As long as I'm around, you're destined to lose for all eternity. I remember what you said earlier in the trial. You said that there was no way we could punish you, because you were already dead. What about? Then you said, even when the body dies, the spirit, the ego, it lives on forever. That's very true, Dahlia, and that's exactly the punishment you'll never be able to escape from. It's for all of eternity, you'll have to remain as Dahlia Hawthorne, a miserable, pathetic, weak creature who can never win in anything, and for you, there is no escape from that, no hope of freedom. Since the day you were executed, the narrow bridge that once stretched out in front of you has burnt to a crisp. You are wrong. It can't be. How could I lose to the likes of you? It no longer matters. I don't care whether you win or lose anymore. The only thing I want is for you to come out of Maya's body right now. I got chills, dude. I legitimately have chills. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. Holy shit. I'm not saving over that. That was intense. Woohoo! Woo! Yes, I was just rescued from the sacred cavern. I must say you and your twin sister are identical from what I can see. In any case, it appears that everything has finally been cleared up. Mr. Godot, what happened to Dahlia Hawthorne? If you ask me, Your Honor, it looks like she went back to the hell she came from. It seems that Misty Faye wasn't the only victim of this crime. Maya Faye, as well as young Pearl Faye, are also victims of this wicked and selfish plan. Yes, Your Honor. The tragedy of the Medium Valley has finally come to an end, it seems. It would be best for everyone if no further attempt was made to channel that spirit again. Your Honor? Yes, what is it? About this whole spirit medium thing. It's almost weird how comfortable you seem to be with the concept now. Well, to be frank, my younger brother is quite judgmental. He often criticizes me for not studying hard enough. That's why I made a concerted effort to study up on the Corine channeling technique. Hey! Isn't it a New Year's of occult? I've seen quite a few things in my many years on the bench, and in all that time, I've finally learned this one thing. Each case is different and takes place in its own world, if you will. In order to fully understand that world, first we have to immerse ourselves in it completely. And that's where my brother and I used to differ.
Objection!
Goda, what the fuck are you doing? Bro! Be a bro! Be a homie! This trial, it isn't over yet. That's what he means. What? Tried. Remember what Miss Evil Spirit said in her testimony? Huh? Dahlia's testimony. I caught up with her in front of the stone lantern, and then I took out the dagger I got from the storeroom and... It's strange, but I don't have a clear memory of what happened after that. I think I was stabbed. Just as Dahlia Hawthorne was about to attack Maya, she was stabbed and killed by someone. Yes, that's right. The person that was ultimately killed in the spirit medium that channeled Dahlia, and that was Misty Faye. Oh my god! God damn it. I just recorded the entire thing, minus the ending scenes, because I just noticed that I didn't have my microphone turned on. This microphone had 0% gain. I was completely mute. But I did not play the entire trial through. So all reactions past when I reveal, well, you'll find out. When I reveal who the killer is genuine. Alright? Seriously though, I'm pissed. I wasted like 30 fucking minutes. I have to reload a save, so we're a little bit behind. Here we go. At least Deauxnim, no, Misty Faye. But who killed her? We still don't know who did it. But this isn't over? Unless someone else is found guilty, the accused is still on trial. We can't let her walk until there's evidence that proves her innocence. No way. But this court is prepared for any further testimony. The prosecution is ready to call our final witness. Final witness? This one will clear up the whole mystery. The mystery of who killed Misty Faye. Indeed. Is it really alright, Mr. Prosecutor? Of course it's alright, Madame Attorney.
Very well then. Who was his final witness? Ha, isn't obvious. There's one person who saw the whole event and will pull the final dagger in this case. Someone who saw the murder take place. The very person who saw her mother killed in front of her own eyes. You don't... You mean Maya? You can't. She can't testify after what she's just been through. We need to find the truth. The prosecution calls Maya Fey to the witness stand. Very well. But first, we'll take a brief recess. We'll have to wait for Miss Fey to recover before summoning her. Once we receive the doctor's permission, we will proceed with the trial. Hey, tried. I got something to say to you, so listen up. What is it? I don't think much of you as a lawyer. It's always the same with you. You somehow manage just to squeak by without even a faint understanding of the case. Some beautiful woman always comes to a dashing in last minute to save you. You got some nerve. But that's not going to happen this time. This time, you're going to have to do this by yourself. It is now in recess. Alright. There's a little bit more before I realized I hadn't had my mic on, which still upsets me, by the way, but what can I do? When I met Iris at the training hall yesterday, they had already switched places, and Iris was inside a sacred cavern. I got some water, be right back. Alright, how's it going? I wanted at least to be in defendant's box today to root you on. Well, it wasn't your fault. You were locked up this whole time. There's something more important than that, though. I had to ask you. Why did you help your sister as much as you did? Huh? If you had tried to get help at the Sacred Cavern yesterday, you wouldn't have spent an entire day locked up in there. My sister. I felt sorry for her. She was abandoned by her mother and never got any love from her father either. Yeah, but it was the same for you, wasn't it? Yes, but at least I had Sister Bikini, who was like a mother to me. If only Dahlia had come with me to Hazakura Temple. I always loved her. Dahlia was always so smart, so strong. She never complained about a thing. That's why I promised her that would help her. After talking about the fake kidnapping case 11 years ago? But, as usual, I was too cowardly. At the last minute, I ran away. Because of that, Dahlia's stepsister, Valerie, ended up... That was the case that wounded Mia so badly. But things didn't end there, of course. Some people suspected that my sister was involved in the murder. Some people? You must mean... Yes, two defense attorneys. Mia Fey and Diego Armando. After poisoning Mr. Armando, who was getting too close to learning the truth, Dahlia even tried to kill the person who had unknowingly hid the poison for her. You. Iris. There's one more thing I have to ask you. Yes, what is it? On the night of the murder, the person that cleaned up the corpse of the victim, at least Deauxnim, was it really you? After I rang the lights out bell, I went back to my room.
At around 11:30 p.m., I received a call on my cell phone. There's a problem. Come to the inner temple right away. I got on the snowmobile and headed for the inner temple, but the path to the inner temple was cut off, right?
Exactly. We can't just leave the body here. So you've got to do this exactly as I say. Got it?
I knew it. So the actual murder weapon was a staff.
That's right.
I brought the body back to Hazakura Temple on the snowmobile.
But why? Why did you alter the body?
I didn't want anyone to know that the staff was the murder weapon. I didn't want to leave anything that would lead back to Misty Faye. So I dressed her in a robe and stabbed her with the shishito. I wiped the blood off the staff's blade and left it next to her in the ground. Iris, just tell me one last thing. Tell me the name of the person that called your cell phone. The real killer. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I can't do it. I can't say who did it. I see. Defendant? Yes? The judge is calling you. He wants to see you in his chambers. He has some questions about Dahlia Hawthorne. Alright. Well then, I'll see you later. There's something I want to tell you. Oh, okay. Something she wants to tell me? So it's true. Iris cooperated with the real killer. Maybe even from the very beginning. Phoenix. Hey, Mia. How is Maya doing? Physically, I'm not worried. She'll recover completely. But emotionally, she's been hurt very badly by this case. I see. You don't mean she learned who Elise Deauxnim really was? Yes, I went to the medical office and talked with her. I told her everything I knew. But why? Maya is stronger than you think. I knew she would take it. All of it. What do you mean by that? I want you to figure that out by yourself. The trial is about to restart. The real killer. Do you know who it is yet? Iris wouldn't call me who called her, but I think that just maybe I know who it was. That night, the victim was killed in the garden of the inner temple. And the criminal wasn't just there by accident. Which means the killer knew of Dahlia's plan from the very beginning. And one more thing. The victim was moved to Hazakura Temple side by pendulum. In other words, the criminal couldn't cross the bridge. That means they were stuck on the inner temple side for almost an entire day. Exactly. So the culprit was someone that wasn't in Hazakura Temple that day. That's as much as I can give you. The rest of the battle is yours to win or lose. Okay, I've got it. Thank you, Mia. Finally, it's almost time to bring this case to an end. What exactly did Maya see anyway? And who was it that actually killed Misty Faye? Whoever it was, I have to prove it. Me, all by myself. Yeah, see right here. Look how long I've played. 1822 to 2002. I feel robbed, dude. Fuck it. Let's go. How's it going, Godo? Let's make sure we have the right amount of space though. Hold on. Okay, 10 gigs. We should be okay.
Now then, before we proceed any further, I'm going to announce the results of the tests we had performed earlier. Tests? Yes, tests on the bloody dagger that was found stuck in the pine tree. Oh yeah, that. I totally forgot about it. So what are the results? Was it the victim's blood, or... Due to the time constraints, a full test was impossible. However, the blood that was on the dagger was not the victim's blood. That is all. Now then, let's restart the trial. So it wasn't Misty's blood on the dagger. Then who was it? Both sides will need to show some firm evidence with their claims. I understand, Your Honor. From what I have heard, the witness is dangerously weak, physically speaking, so let's finish this quickly. Agreed. Very well. Please bring in the last witness. Hey, Maya. Witness, please tell us your name and profession. Maya Fey. My profession is, I'm the assistant manager at Wright & Co. Law Offices. Maya? According to the magazine I have here, you're a spirit medium of the Korean channeling technique. I'm frightened. The Fey clan, I don't want any more to do with it. Oh, Maya, the pain Fey bloodline causes must be fucking unbearable.
Objection!
Pick your head up and speak clearly. There's always time for crying later. But your mother was killed right in front of your very eyes. There's nothing you can do to change that fact. But there's something you can do. You can finish this. You've been watching the whole thing, right? You've seen the witnesses coming out, and you've seen us squeeze the truth out of them. Now it's your turn. Let's hear your testimony. On the night of the crime, what exactly did you see happen? Witness, if you please. Yes, Your Honor. Spare prep room. Maya, the person who hit you. It was Dahlia Hawthorne, wasn't it? I'm sorry, Nick. I couldn't see. I don't know who it was. Maya, think hard. Sorry, Nick, but I really couldn't. Huh. Can't say it was an especially good night for young ladies to be walking around alone. It seems that it would be hard to determine the criminal by their testimony alone. Very well then, Mr. Wright. Please begin your cross-examination. Maya, hang in there. She doesn't look well at all. Spare prep room when it happened. Suddenly struck things. You think you screamed, but you're not sure. Listen, I was a complete wreck. It was dark and I couldn't see my attacker. Was it a man, a woman, an adult, a child? I had no idea. I was scared of my wits. I thought this person might attack me, so I... Anyway, I'm pretty sure I screamed. I thought that it was my last hope. Wow, it sounds like poor little Maya was really out of her mind. I wonder what she meant by last hope. What do I do? Do I press her for more details? Oi! Wait a minute, Maya. What's this my last hope stuff? What? What do you mean by that, your last hope? No. That's what you said. You said my last hope. Huh? What? I said what? Look, you were facing an attacker that you couldn't see and you screamed, right? You screamed, help me. Yeah. But you testified that you screamed that because you thought it was your last hope. Oh, well, you know, that's like, what do you call it when that happens? Why is that doing so well up there? Oh yeah, Oh, that's right. I remember now. I was facing my attacker, but that's not who I was screaming at. What did you just say? Yeah, that's right. It was the person behind my attacker that I was yelling at. That's how I was screaming at for help. What is it now? I messed up! I didn't mean to let that slip out. Huh? Witness, are you absolutely sure about what you're saying? Behind the attacker, there was another person. Mm-hmm. Takes a ton of pressure to make a diamond. That's what I always say. A ton of pressure. You're in a court of law here. You can't make things up or try to hide things in this chamber.
Objection!
So there was a man standing behind your attacker. Yeah? That man, he's the killer. He stabbed her from behind. He's the one who killed Deauxnim. Let's just say Misty Faye. Otherwise known as Misty Faye, your mother. The killer? Maya, you know who killed your mother, don't you? What is the meaning of this, Mr. Wright? To be frank, Your Honor, I think she's in shock and quite confused. That's why she hasn't noticed the huge problem with her testimony. Huh? What do you mean? What problem? Maya, on the night of the crime, that stone lantern was out of commission. What? Yes, it's true. There was no light anywhere in the garden that night. Order of the court. Mr. Godo, explain this. Add the purest of milk to the perfect clear darkness of coffee. Stir. That is the state of the witness's mind right now. A cup of cafe au lait. Coffee au lait? Is that even legal? Mr. Trite's words are the milk and you are the spoon. Your Honor. I'm a spoon? I'm no spoony bar, I'll have you know. You must have noticed it too, Trite. This witness's mental state is highly unstable right now. It's not hard to understand why she would make a little mistake like that.
Objection!
Sorry, but that's not gonna cut it. What did you just say? If there truly was no light in the garden, then there's a fatal contradiction in the witness's last bit of testimony. Nick, may I? Recall the witness's statement about her attacker. She stated that she didn't know if it was a man or a woman or an adult or a child. And yet, the witness could describe a person that was standing behind her attacker, and she quite clearly described him as a man. Ugh! In other words, that would have to mean that Maya actually saw a mystery person, despite it being so dark that she couldn't see the face of her own attacker. Are you saying Miss Faye saw the real killer in pitch black conditions?
Objection!
Right. Do you have any idea what you're proposing? How could she have seen in the dark? There was no light source at the scene.
Objection!
There are some things that you can only see in the dark, Mr. Godo. Maya, did you see who the killer was? Maya, you did see who the killer was in the dark. And now, you're trying to cover up for him. There's only one conclusion I can draw from this. You know who this man is. You talk a good game, Trey. Well, let's see if you can walk the walk. It was pitch black, so what could the witness see? Calling your bluff.
Maya's dead set on protecting this guy. The man who murdered Maya's long-lost mother. But I can't let him get away with it. I'm a lawyer, an officer of the court, and I'm here to find the truth. Oh no 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 no! I keep pressing E instead of R. God damn it. Alright, we're back. Alright, we're back. Who was this person that you saw Miss Face on in the darkness? And the only person that can emit light is Godo. Because it was pitch black, Miss Faye was able to recognize the killer easily. I'm sure the court would like to see for itself how this is possible, yes? What? But how do you propose to show us something like that? It's easy. We just need to recreate the conditions of that night. Conditions? Your Honor, the defense officially requests that all the lights of this courtroom be turned off. Huh. That was a nice bit of deduction. Tried. Woo! Alright, we're back where we were before. Let's go. Well, everyone, this is the man Maya saw on the night of the murder. Order in the court. Prosecutor Godo, what is the meaning of this? Surely you must be shocked to hear yourself accused of such a thing. Why aren't you denying it? Ha! Your Honor, you're asking the wrong person. What do you mean by that? If you've got a question, ask the witness. That's one of my rules. Well, Maya, how about it? What you saw that night? Was it three glowing red lights? Well, witness, answer the question. Maya, I thought the person that stabbed my mother was a man, for a totally different reason. What?
Objection!
Stop chattering, Your Honor. Chattering? If it's worth asking, ask the witness. That's one of my rules. Alright. Well then, let's continue with the testimony. Please tell us how you knew the killer was a man. Yes, Your Honor. I didn't realize it until after I woke up, but... The killer. By the time I got back to the garden, the place had already changed. The torches were lit, and the body was gone, and all the snow around the lantern had been carefully cleaned up, too. Since the working did that all alone, I just assumed it was a man. So they're saying the killer cleaned up the snow. It did look really odd. Can I see? Not this one. Not that one either. Well, I can't view the photo then. Shit. Oh, here we go. Look at that. So all this was removed. But... why is this still here? That's the real question. but they were all really heavy. Way too heavy for me to use. How on earth would anyone want to take snow anyway? Well, there's one thing I can think of. Didn't you say that a lot of victims' blood was sprayed on the snow? Yeah. The area I collapsed in ended up being splattered. In other words, the killer's purpose was to hide the bloody snow. I think that's the most reasonable explanation. However, there's something that's bothering me. The killer just wanted to hide the snow with the blood on it. There was no need to remove that amount. That's true. He could have just scooped up the snow that was stained with blood. Naturally, the killer must have done it, right? Yes, I think so. But why wouldn't the killer tamper with the crime scene like that? There must be something the killer desperately wanted to hide. I think I need to gather some more information before I ask her again. The torches were lit. Yes, that's how I noticed that the whole scene had changed. I was going to say it would be the killer who lit the torches. I mean, who else could it be? The killer probably lit them since it'd be impossible to do any cover work up in the dark. However, if that was true, there's one thing that still bothers me. Why did the killer go through the effort of moving the body? That's true. It's hard to see how any of that would have any advantage for the killer. The only one would be gaining anything with that would be the only person that was in the inner temple, Maya. The truth is, when I saw the crime scene, I felt something. You did? Yes. I felt like the killer was hiding the evidence from me. For my sake. What? Hiding it from you? Or you? Everyone knew that I was the only one at the inner temple that night. If Sister Bikini had come back and looked at the garden, she may have thought that you had done it. Well, that's certainly an important piece of information. I want you to add that to your testimony. I think it was for my sake that the killer cleaned up the evidence of what had happened. The torches were lit and the body was gone. And all the snow around the stone lantern had been carefully cleaned up, too. He didn't, though.
Objection!
The body of Elise Deauxnim was carried all the way to the Hazakura Temple's courtyard. Then at the garden, the real scene of the crime, the snow that we suspect was covered in blood was scooped up and removed. But it's reasonable to believe all of this was done in an attempt to hide the true crime scene. However, there's still one matter that seems somewhat odd. Oh, and what would that be? You must have figured it out by now, Mr. Godo. It was the message written in blood on the lantern. Huh. It was written very clearly on the white stone lantern. Maya. Ugh. If the killer was so motivated to protect Maya from suspicion, then why didn't they wipe the writing off the lantern? Oh, you're right. But Mr. Wright, isn't it a fact the killer was trying to cover up the crime scene? Indeed, but it doesn't make much sense to move the body and remove the blood and snow, and then not wipe off the most incriminating thing of all, the bloody writing.
Objection!
But if that's the case, do you have an explanation for the killer's mysterious behavior? Why would this killer move the body and remove all that snow, but then leave the bloody writing on the lantern? I don't know what the killer plan was, but it's the fact that the killer left the writing on the lantern. There must be a reason for it. Well then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your opinion. Why didn't the killer leave the message written in blood on the lantern? Because he didn't notice it. Godo can't see red. Prosecutor Godo, earlier in the trial you gave me some good advice. Once you're eliminating the impossible, whatever remains must be the truth. Maybe you're not as dumb as I thought. the real killer wanted to disguise the fact that the crime had occurred there. If that's the case, they wouldn't have left the bloody writing on the stone lantern on purpose. Therefore, it must mean that they didn't notice it. But that doesn't make any sense. The torches were all lit and everything. There's no way any normal person would miss something as glaring as that. You're right. There is no way a normal person would. What? What are you trying to say, Mr. Wright? There's only one person involved in the incident who could have missed seeing the bloody writing altogether. And who would that be? Who is the person that could have failed to notice bloody writing? Godo. Mr. Godo, this is what you said yesterday. My eyesight is still pretty fucked up. Even with these huge goggles on my head, I still can't see everything. You can't see everything. Is that correct, Godo? This lantern was submitted as evidence today. I would like the court to think back to the moment it was first presented. Mr. Godo, just admit it. There are certain colors you can't see. Correct. You can't see red on a white background, can you? That's right. We went through this once before, during the poisoning case at Tribulations. You could see the coffee on the white apron, but you couldn't see the ketchup because it was red. Ha, it's strange. In a black and white photo, those letters would have appeared black to me. I wonder, why am I the only one that can't see them? So then, Mr. Godo, are you admitting it? Are you admitting that you can't see red writing on the lantern? Hey Gramps, didn't you know? That's the reason why I don't drink red tea. Mr. Godo, the defense at this time formally accuses you. You are the murderer of Miss Elise Deauxnim, also known as Misty Faye. It's hard to believe this may be true, however, once again Mr. Wright has brought up a disquieting fact about you. Just make sure you don't fill out the indictment in the red ink, Gramps. Come on, how does a little graffiti make me the killer? Besides, it's not like it's my name that's written there. I'm certain that the killer wasn't able to see the color red. This is rich. Do go on. Try it. The answer is right there at the crime scene. In the snow. The snow? How so? Well, for example, why did the killer move all that snow? Your Honor, you said it yourself. If he wanted to hide that bloody snow, why not just take out just that area? Yes, the killer couldn't see the red blood that seeped into the snow, and so he had to remove all the snow. He couldn't be sure of where the blood had landed, so he removed the whole area.
Objection!
Isn't it more likely that the killer couldn't see the blood because it was dark? No, not a chance. The torches were all lit. He would have been able to see just fine. Can you explain this, Mr. Godo? Maya! What is it, witness? Mr. Godo isn't the killer. After all, he didn't even come to the inner temple until 2 days after the murder took place. He didn't show up until after the old bridge got fixed up.
Objection!
Maya. You can't testify to something like that. What do you mean? What? After the murder happened, you didn't even exist. She didn't? I'm afraid I don't follow. Are you senile, old man? We established this just a while ago. After the murder, this witness was unconscious for a long time. Because she was channeling Dahlia Hawthorne. Oh, that's right. Please, Your Honor, let me add to my testimony. Nick, please listen to me. Maya? Do you plan to comfort Mr. Go no matter what the cost? If that's the case, then I've got no choice. Your Honor, let's hear her testimony. If it means we're going to hear the whole truth, I say we should not silence her. Ha, nicely done, tried. Very well, let's hear the witness's testimony. Please tell us what happened in the inner temple after the winter. Yes, sir. After I woke up, I began channeling and my spirit left me, as it were. A little Pearly was there at the inner temple, too. The next morning, she looked around but couldn't find anyone. The next day, when the bridge was finally fixed, she was in the spare prep room. That's when Mr. Goto arrived at the inner temple for the first time. He found Pearly first and cheered her right up. I'm terribly sorry, but what you heard from someone else is simply not admissible as testimony. What? Come on. Oh, Pearly would never tell a lie. She's a way more honest person than I'll ever be. Real smart, Maya. You always know the best thing to say when you're under oath. Ha. The prosecution has no objection. We believe the witness. Let's just move on to the cross-examination, if the defense has no objections. This is highly unusual, but... Well, Mr. Wright? Let's get this cross-examination started. He cheered her up? That's what Pearly said. She said he was a very nice older gentleman. Thank you for looking after my cousin, Mr. Goto. And here I was thinking you were nothing more than a coffee addict. Ha, cut it out. You're making me blush. This guy is really beginning to get on my nerves, in more ways than one. The truth is, there aren't many places to look at Inner Temple side. The policemen were busy going over the garden with the fine-tooth combs, so I decided to carry out an investigation in my own way, Goto style. I'm the same way. I like to hand down verdicts my own way, judge style. Maybe I should ask more questions, Phoenix style. You said that you conducted an investigation of your own. Did you find anything? It looks like my investigation went as well as yours tried. After all, I didn't miss the bloody right end of the planet. Well, I didn't miss it, so speak for yourself, Goggles. The only thing I discovered was the beauty of the training hall. Beauty? Misty Faye, naturally. Clad in her stunning Japanese garb, surrounded in hue and aroma of Western tastes. Western tastes? Could he find a stranger way to describe gravy? So from there you headed to the prep room. Wait a sec, what did Goto just say just now? I think I just found his proverbial weak spot. There's only one thing of importance here. Where was Goto when murder was taking place? He must have been already at the inner temple when it happened. Otherwise, he couldn't have killed at least Deauxnim. Wrong. If he noticed the Misty person, Miss Deauxnim, or rather Misty Faye, this photo doesn't show anything of it.
Objection!
Mr. Goda, the first time you crossed Dusky Bridge and went into the inner temple was long before the murder took place. Because he just made one fatal slip-up. The hanging scroll in the training hall. Hanging scroll? But, Mr. Goda was right. That scroll shows a picture of my mother. Maya, I know you know who it is, but here's something you didn't know. By the time the bridge had been repaired, 2 days after the murder, the hanging scroll in the training hall looked like this. The morning after the crime, someone covered it with gravy. Gravy? But why gravy, Nick? Because gravy was much more than a condiment to the culprit. Well, Mr. Goda, if you really hadn't seen the hanging scroll until after the murder, you wouldn't have been able to see what you wouldn't have any way of knowing that it was Misty Faye. Wait a minute, Nick. Yes? Take another look at the hanging scroll. Look, at the top. There's a crest there. Oh yeah, that. It's the mark of the master, correct? Exactly. So if you know the meaning of the mark, then you could only guess that it was a picture of Misty Faye on there. Nuh-uh. True, but Mr. Goda described what was underneath like this. Clad in her stunning Japanese garb, surrounded by the hue and aroma of Western tastes. Oh. Yes, it's possible that he knew what the crest meant. However, he couldn't have known that she was wearing Japanese clothing. Mr. Godo, on the day of the murder, you were hiding at the inner temple long before the crime took place. Can I ask you just one little thing, Try? What is it? This whole theory of yours, it all rests on a certain assumption. That I knew beforehand that a crime was going to be committed. Of course Mr. Goro knew about the plan. Huh? What did you say? Is it really possible that another person knew of the plan? This crime was actually planned over a year ago. Morgan Fay authored the plan for her daughter's future, and these instructions were hidden somewhere in the Fay Manor for a year. However, by the time Little Pearls found these instructions, they had already been unsealed. Unsealed? Yes, the killer had read these instructions long before Pearls ever found them. I thought that that's how he knew the crime was going to take place at the Inner Temple. And you still insist that his crafty killer is me? You bet I do. But you just said that the instructions were hidden. That's right, Mr. Goda couldn't have known about where the instructions were hidden. If he really wanted to know, he had one great chance to find out. Yes, and when was that? During a visit. A visit? Morgan Fay told her daughter Pearl about where the instructions were hidden. During one of her visits to the detention center. That would be the only time for someone to have learned where they were hidden. Eavesdropping on a visit at the detention center. Yes, it could be arranged if you were someone with easy access in and out of there. Like, for example, a prosecutor such as Mr. Godot. Order. Mr. Godot, you are under fire again. This murder could not have been carried out without prior knowledge. And you are the one that could have acquired this information before the murder. Humans are afraid of the dark, and yet, at the same time, we're fascinated and bewitched by it. It means there's a reason for everything. According to your theory, the killer in this case eavesdropped on a conversation during a jail visit where he learned of a hidden plan for a crime. After discovering the plans, he hid in an inner temple and waited for the crime to occur. Then he ultimately took a person's life. And then he did all of that just to protect this witness? Yes, that's right. If you're accusing me of this crime, I have to ask you, why would I do this? This girl is nothing more than a stranger to me. I've got no reason to go to that kind of trouble to protect her. No, you don't. Maya Fey is the only person connecting you to Mia Fey. There's no way, Godot. Come on.
Who do you think I am? I am what you see. I am certainly not the type to rescue the damsel in distress.
Objection!
However, you had a good reason, didn't you, Mr. Godot? An unshakable reason that forced you to protect this witness at all costs. I knew it. You figured it out, haven't you, Nick? Maya, I guess you were doing your best to cover for Godot. For the same reason, huh? For Mia. Okay, try it. I'm all ears. Let's hear it. It's all very simple. Maya Fey is a lot more than just a stranger to you. What's this? There's one person who lies at the very center of this whole story. One person that ties you to Maya Fey together inextricably. Mia.
Take that!
There's a very good reason why Maya Fey's life is so precious to you.
After all, she is Mia Fey's only sister. Mia Fey. You once worked alongside her. That was when you were a defense attorney. Wait a second here. Mr. Godot is a defense attorney? With your honor's piercing intellect, you must have figured it out by now. The real name of this man who calls himself Godot. Say it, Phoenix. His real name is Diego Armando. Isn't that right? The last time someone called me by that name was over 6 years ago. Diego Armando. That name rings a bell. It should, Your Honor. All this related to a single case. A case in which a convict named Terry Falls killed himself. Mia Fey's first time in court, the tragic outcome left a deep wound in her heart. She knew that behind it all was a heartless, scheming demoness in disguise. But in the end, Mia couldn't tear off the disguise. However, there was one man who reached out to help her, Diego Armando, a senior defense attorney at the office where Mia worked. The only time a lawyer can cry is when it's all over. I was moved by her. The way she would put all her faith in her clients, that pure, sweet heart of hers. That's why I could never forgive Dahlia Hawthorne. Me and I thoroughly investigated the kidnapping incident. Then one fateful day, Dahlia wanted to meet with me. It had been 6 months since the trial. We met in the cafeteria. Ah, I just remembered. 6 years ago, right in the courthouse, you were poisoned. Even I didn't see it coming. Dahlia Hawthorne slipped some poison into my coffee. Some newspaper at the time called it a murder, but very little information on the case was released to the press. But you weren't dead at all. No official reports ever called it a murder. I was just in a deep, deep coma. I see. My body was shut down, and my life became nothing but a long, deep sleep. The woman's poison did a real number of my central nervous system. I lost my sight, and all my hair turned white due to the damage it caused. Terrible. Apparently, it was a miracle that I ever regained consciousness. 5 years had passed till I drank that poison brew. Then one morning, my eyes flew open from the smell of a doctor's cup of coffee. 5 years? You were asleep for 5 years? And the worst possible news was waiting for me. Mia Fey was dead. From the very moment I opened my eyes, I already lost everything I thought I had. The woman I loved had been murdered. And the woman that I loathed had been sentenced to death. The woman that spiked my scalding hot coffee, Dahlia Hawthorne.
fuck, dude. Cup to you. Oh. What a story. Ha. Good old Mia. She didn't let me down. She got her revenge before she checked out. In the end, there wasn't any waiting for me when I woke up. That's so sad. For someone like me, for someone who had slept away their best days, there were only 2 reasons left to live. And it was for those 2 reasons I decided to become a prosecutor. If I may ask, what were your 2 reasons to live, Godo? The first was you tried. Huh? Me? If I hadn't drank that stupid fucking poison, Mia Fey would have never died, much less the way she did. You were the only one who was there to protect her, but you let her die. It was all your fault. It wasn't like that. I wanted to see for myself what kind of a man you really were. Well, that's why I became a prosecutor. My other reason for living. She goes by the name of Mia Fey. Huh? You mean me? You were the only way I could make up for the sin of not saving Mia. 1 year ago, when the Korean incident was resolved, it was obvious that Morgan Fey was planning something. Whatever her evil plan was, I was determined to stop it. My role as a prosecutor put me in a perfect position to do something about her. That's how you overheard Pearl's visit with Morgan at the Center. I knew that the time that was drawing near. Since I knew the plan, I thought I could foil it. My goal was to outwit the plan. I thought if I could do that, I could keep that girl from being caught up in it. That makes sense. If Pearl had known that the actual purpose of the plan was to kill Maya, she would have never had helped out. Finally, the day the plan was drawing near, I contacted both my accomplices. Accomplices? Iris of Hazakura Temple and Misty Fey. I especially needed the help of Iris. She was to take the fall in my backup plan in case if we couldn't control Pearl Fey. But how did you contact my mom? I've been missing for almost 20 years. Officially, yes. What? What do you mean, officially? You've only heard about it, haven't you? About the strong ties between the main family and the government. Now that you mention it, Bikini did say something to that effect. She said that the Master of Korean had great authority. Even without her official position, Misty Fey was to wield a great influence. The police have been keeping an eye on her movements all this time. That's how I was able to contact her. Again, because of my position as a prosecutor. So my mother was cooperating with you. Don't ever forget, no matter how far away from you she was, she never stopped thinking about you. She was always. That's why I knew she would do anything to protect you. If you want to know how strong her resolve to protect you was, look at her staff. Her staff? The one with the sword in it? The day the plan was to be carried out arrived soon enough. We were met for the first time at Hazakura Temple. That was when your mother showed me her special staff. I realized it then, just how far she was willing to go. She was ready to use that sword to protect you from Morgan Fey if necessary. Yes, even if it meant paying the ultimate price. Mother. That night, the night of the crime, there was just one way to stop Morgan's evil plan. You mean Pearl's, don't you? We had to make sure she didn't channel Dahlia Hawthorne. Well, Pearl, what are you going to do tonight? Well, if you like, you can come to my room. Perhaps we can read some books together. We thought we could prevent her from playing her part in Morgan's plan, but she never showed up. She was worried about it and followed me to the inner temple. That was the thing we were most afraid of, and that's why Misty Fey had to do the channeling herself. She channeled Dahlia Hawthorne into her own body. What? What do you mean? If she channeled the spirit first, then Pearls wouldn't be able to do it herself.
As master of the Quran, Misty Faye's power was supreme, so that's how it went down. She chose Dahlia Hawthorne so that Pearl Faye wouldn't be able to. The role in the plan was to make sure that no one was going to hurt Maya Faye. That's why I hid myself at the inner temple, just in case she needed to be safe from Dahlia Hawthorne. Godot. Anyway, that's all I'm going to admit to. Tried. Huh? There's still no doubt about it. You're a great defense attorney. But you're still going to have to do the rest yourself. The background leading up to this incident has been laid bare. There's just one question remaining, Mr. Wright. Who killed the victim? There are only two possible suspects right now, Maya Faye, and I'm sad to say, you, Mr. Godot. Well, try it. If you're the real deal, then finish this thing once and for all. Show us beyond a shadow of a doubt that you can finish this on your own. No, Nick. Please don't. Maya. In my medical office. That's why I have to protect Mr. Godot. I can't do it. I can't testify against him, after all. He's the man who put his life on the line to protect Mia, and me too. Maya, I know that. Nick. But even so, it doesn't absolve him from his crime. Please, Maya, testify. Miss Faye, your testimony, please. This is the final testimony. Here we go. Don't bother trying to hide anything, because I'll know, Maya. I want to hear the truth from your own lips. I understand. I'm sure you're right. I'm ready now, your Nick. Alright, young lady. Tell us about the moments before you lost consciousness. What exactly happened at the time of the murder? Three of them. I thought I'd ask for help, but just then I was splattered with blood. She wasn't dead though, and she struck back at the enemy behind her. Suddenly, a red lights went out and the whole area was dark. Just at that moment, there was a horrible scream. Right after that, Dahlia collapsed and I lost consciousness. The red lights. I thought you said you don't remember seeing them. I'm sorry. I thought I saw them, but then they disappeared all of a sudden. Things break, Tried. Even the best theories. Who was it that stabbed Misty Faye? It looks like you still can't prove it. Maya's telling the truth this time, I know it. The rest is up to me. Well then, Mr. Wright, proceed with your final cross-examination of the witness. Three of them. I thought I asked for help, but then I was splattered with blood. Struck back? How do you know that? Well, you're right. I didn't see it exactly, but I could tell by the sounds of their breathing and movement. And also the smell of blood. I couldn't move. I could barely make out the shadows moving in the dark, but I had no idea what to do. Could you still see the red lights you mentioned earlier? Yes, I think so. But suddenly the red lights went out and the whole area was dark. Just at that moment, there was a horrible scream. What do you mean by just that moment? Do you mean the moment when the red lights went out? Yes, that's right. The scream that you heard then, was it Dahlia Hawthorne? Oh shit. So then that scream came from the killer. That's got to be it.
I think Dahlia Hawthorne must have taken the blade and attacked the killer with it. And then the killer let out a scream of pain, huh? After that, the killer stole the blade back and delivered the final blow, I guess. Well, Mr. Wright, it seems to make sense to me. There's a contradiction right here. That interpretation would create an enormous contradiction. That makes sense. After all, my deductions are almost certainly never correct. Remember the testimony she just gave. Before the killer let out a scream, Maya said she had already been splattered by the victim's blood. In other words, the blade and the staff had already been plunged into the victim. Oh, is that right? She couldn't have struck back with a sword that was already stuck in her body. The weapon that caused the killer let out a scream must have been something other than the staff. If you're so sure about that, then don't keep us waiting any longer, Triad. There's only one thing I can think of that could have been used as the weapon here. If Dahlia Hawthorne had been already stabbed in the back by the staff, what could she have used to strike back at the killer?
Take that!
Naturally, the dagger the killer brought to the scene of the crime. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. This dagger was found at the crime scene stuck into a pine tree. Yes, the detective found that in the morning and brought it to me. Dahlia Hawthorne struck back at the killer with this, and she managed to wound him as well.
Objection!
Just because he let out a scream doesn't mean that he was wounded. For all we know, the blood on the dagger could have been the victim. Objection! Have you forgotten that the blood already has been tested? Since we already learned it wasn't the victim's blood, it must have been the killer's blood. The killer must have a wound somewhere on his body. So you're saying that the blood on this dagger belongs to the killer? Exactly. The DNA analysis of the blood would prove it beyond a shadow of a doubt. And yes, Mr. Godot, it would prove that it's your blood. Nice theory to try. Is this the end? Have I done it? Even he only could have changed the results of a scientific test. Let me ask you something. Try. Let's say that it turned out I was the killer. Do you really think I would be able to stupid enough to leave evidence like that? What? Just think for a second. This dagger was found this morning by a detective and brought to me. There was already blood on it, correct? But even so, I was the one that brought this dagger here to the courtroom. Yes, what does that prove? Well, if I really were the killer, I could have washed the blade off and then planted another person's blood on it. It's ridiculous. It can't be. In any case, there's one thing I can guarantee, Try. That blood, it doesn't belong to me. Not a chance. What? Alright then, witness. Continue your testimony. Hold it! Wait a minute. What's the problem? I know it probably shouldn't say this, but there's a big contradiction in Nick's explanation. Oh yeah. This dagger. You said it was the wounded the killer. I did, yeah. But if Mr. Godot had really been cut with the dagger, his clothes should be bloody or have a rip in them, right? Maya, maybe he just changed his clothes? That would solve the contradiction pretty easily. What are you talking about? It's not this simple at all. Remember back to the day of the murder. Everyone that was on the murder temple site got trapped there. That's right. And once the bridge was fixed and the police headed for the inner temple, Mr. Godot was already there waiting for them. He never had a chance to change his clothes. Well, maybe he brought a change of clothes with him. But no one could have predicted the lightning strike that shut down the bridge. Why would anyone have brought a change of clothes? Did the judge just take smart pills during the last recess? Well then, maybe the killer took off his clothes before he committed the murder. That way he wouldn't get any blood on him.
Objection!
That's impossible, Try. You know how cold it gets up there late at night.
After a few minutes with no calls on, you'd be frozen solid. Ha! So that's all you got. I knew you weren't tough enough to finish this. Right now, if Mia Fey were here... What? If Mia Fey were here, she would have closed the book on this case already. If Mia Fey were here... So come on, try it. Can you do it or not? How about it, Mr. Wright? You've accused Mr. Godo as being the killer, but can you prove it? Have you got even one piece of evidence? The question isn't whether I can prove it or not. The fact is, I have to prove it. That's the only choice I have. I was taught that it's one of the rules of being a lawyer. I can prove it. I'm going to bring your magnificent vengeance to fruition, just as you want it. Dude, it's quarter 2001. Ha, that's good. A fight until the bitter end, try. Since there's just one piece of evidence that can prove your point, why don't we go for the unlimited penalty? Are you trying to pressure me, Mr. Godot? Because it doesn't matter to me. I've got the one piece of evidence I need. Give me a break. You've got nothing, Trey. So what do I do at a time like this? It's simple. I've got to think outside the box and approach this from a different angle. Alright then, Mr. Wright. Let's hear what you got. There's one thing I've demonstrated in the previous comics cross-examination. The killer was wounded. That was proven by the blood of a dagger. But we decided that it was impossible for him to have hidden such a wound. If he had been cut by a dagger, there should have been a bloodstain on his clothing. No. There's one place. One place the killer could have hidden his wound. What did you say? Hidden? My last stand. I need to think about this from a different angle. I don't need to think about why there were no bloodstains on his clothing. I need to show how he hid the wound. It's the end of the line. Final stop, try. Let's hear what you got. Where's the location where you say the killer hid his wound? On you, the mask. When the knife hit you, your mask went off. That's why the wound. That's why the lights went out. There's no other way. I don't know what you're talking about, and frankly, I don't need to know. What I do know is that you'll never be half the lawyer she was. Isn't that right? Tried. Oh! Mia! What was that just now? Mia? It can't be. You're living on through him? Even as we speak, you're still hiding the wound. It's beneath your mask. During the fight, the red lights given off by the killer suddenly disappeared. Seconds later, the killer let out a scream. That's right, your mask went flying off your face. Mr. Godot, would you mind removing your mask? If you have a dagger wound under that somewhere. And I say this whole case is fucking solved. You okay, dude? You fucking exploded. Fucking blew up. Just now, I saw a spirit in you. I never liked you. 6 years ago. You helped the woman who put me to sleep by hiding her bottle of poison. And then, while I was sleeping, you let Mia die.
But you didn't care. You just kept living your pathetic, happy-go-lucky life. You even had the nerve to follow in her footsteps as a lawyer. I could never forgive you. That's what I thought. Mr. Godot. But I was wrong about you. I knew it from the very beginning. The truth is, the only person I could never find it in my heart to forgive was me. Oh, I feel chills, dude. A good kind of chills, but damn.
Godot, my guy.
You yourself. I was the one that failed to protect Mia. Me and no one else. I tried to avert my eyes from the truth, to escape the harshness of reality. I just couldn't face Mia's death, so I ran. I hid behind a mask. I threw away my true name. I couldn't even deal with being a defense attorney anymore, so I quit. But you saved Maya. Yeah, that was my plan. Up until just now, anyway. What do you mean? Are you listening, Maya? If I really wanted to save you, then there's one person that I should have gone to and talked to right away. Who would that be? Are you talking about Nick? But I didn't do it. I tried to get the help of Iris and your mother. But I closed my eyes to the most important man involved. Do you know why? The real reason? No, why? I suppose I wasn't really interested in saving you at all. Huh? I think I was trying to salvage what's left of my own broken soul. I was trying to make up for the fact that I couldn't save Mia, nothing more. That's why I let you walk down right into a situation I knew was dangerous. Forgive me. You're wrong. You put your life on the line to save Maya. No. Was it really for Maya's sake? Even I'm not really sure. That night, in the darkness of the garden, when I saw her silhouette, a part of me must have known the truth. The truth that it wasn't really Dahlia Hawthorne standing in front of me. It could have been Misty Faye, or even that little girl. But I still picked at the blade. It was like I was dreaming. I'm not sure exactly what was going on in my mind. I'm not sure what exactly was going on in my mind at that point. Was it really motivated by the pure desire to protect Maya Faye? Or was it something else? Was it my hatred for a woman who had stolen everything from me 6 years earlier? Could it have been simply a desire for revenge? And now, I don't know anything anymore. I did learn something today, however. I finally realized that I was the arrogant one. I was just chasing an illusion, a fantasy. The stupid fantasy of defeating you in the courtroom. You were the one who made me realize my folly. You never ran away from Mia's death. Instead, you picked up where she left off, as a true defender of the people. In that one moment, I understood everything. Mr. Godot. I think you already know this, but if you don't, my name is Diego Armando. Mr. Armando, I believe in you. I know you were trying to save me. Huh? Thanks. Don't die on me, dude. Please don't die. Live for me, Armando. Do not die on me, please. We need you.
Your wound, it's bleeding. Ha, did you forget already? In my world, the color red doesn't exist. These must be my tears. Tears? Ever since I woke up from my coma, I think I've been waiting for this very moment. You do well to remember this, Maya. The only time a lawyer can cry when it's all over. Ah! Oh my god! The line! Diego, dude! No! Oh god, don't die. If anything, when you mean all over, at least just save this case, dude. God, what a legend. What a fucking legend. Oh my god, Godot. Diego. It really is all over, isn't it? Defendant. Yes, Your Honor. Although you weren't directly involved in the murder, tampering with the body in the crime scene is a serious offense in itself. I understand, Your Honor. Mr. Armando explained that to me very carefully. I knew the risk and I was willing to cooperate anyway. Okay, very well. Before I hand down my verdict, is there anything you'd like to say? Well, there is one thing. I'd like to say something to Mr. Wright. I want to apologize to you. Apologize to me? For what? For the case 5 years ago, of course. Not exactly, but yeah, something like that. Even now, 5 years later, I can hardly believe it. She was going to do it. She was planning to kill me. It's not all that surprising. The two of you hardly knew each other. Huh? What do you mean by that? You and my sister, you only met twice. Huh? We only met twice? The first time you met was on the fateful day. The day she poisoned Mr. Armando in the cafeteria of this very courthouse. The next time you met her was 8 months later. You met her again on the day that she stole your cold medicine. And Doug Swallow was killed. No way! It just can't be true. I mean, during our whole relationship, we were... For those 8 months, the woman you thought was Dahlia Hawthorne wasn't actually my sister. Huh? It wasn't Dahlia? I hope one day you can forgive me. I ricocheted! Oh my god! Oh my god! What? Sorry, hold on. Close the doors. Mom, it's an awesome fucking story. I'm sorry. Don't worry about me, alright? At least tonight. Fucking the ruined shit. That was a perfect moment. You were in it. Fucking goddamn it. Should have played it loud. Feeny. You mean... That's right. I lied to you. For 8 months. But why? Why would you do such a thing? Ever since she gave you the bottle that day,
My sister was trying to get it back as soon as she possibly could. Because of the police investigation and the surveillance, she couldn't move about freely. So that's why my sister, from the beginning, she was prepared for the worst. Prepared for the worst? She thought that you might somehow discover the truth. That's why she was always ready to deal with you at a moment's notice. You mean she was ready to kill me, don't you? She already had so much to answer for. I didn't want any more sins on her soul. I begged her not to do it, and she agreed to give me a chance. And that's why you came to me. You came to get the bottle pendant back from me in their place. But I couldn't get you to give it back. I failed at something even as simple as that. 8 months passed and I still couldn't get it back from you. Finally, my sister couldn't wait any longer. She didn't consult me about her plans for you that day. It was the first time that had ever happened. That was a bit strange, wasn't it? Up until that day, you two were partners in crime and she would confer to you. I think she must have noticed. Noticed what? My feelings for you. If I had found out she was planning to kill you, I would have done something whatever was necessary to stop her. Even if it meant her life. Or mine. Iris. After spending those 8 months by your side, my feelings towards you, they changed. Aww, she's so cute. I have something to say to you, too. Yes? You really are the person I always thought you were. Even after Dahlia Hawthorne was found guilty, I still believed in you.
Damn, Phoenix. Suave. Oh, what a god tier case. Holy fuck.
How many cups of darkness have I drank over the years? Even I don't know. I tell you though, right now, this one here is the greatest cup I think I've ever had. Don't you think so?
Phoenix Wright. Oh! He called me by my name. He called me by my name, dude. The fucking let's go. He's a homie. He even gave me coffee.
Yeah, I think you're right. The purpose of this trial was to rule on the murder of victim Misty Faye. At some point, I expect you will be tried for your role as an accomplice in this case. I understand, Your Honor. Very well. On the charge of murder, I hereby find the defendant
Not guilty. Court is now adjourned.
Holy shit. Holy shit. I finished the game. Duh.
I need to play Apollo Justice fucking ASAP. So I guess it's all over. The way everything ended, was justice really served? The man who risked his life to save me, Maya, is being sent to prison by my own hand. Of course justice was served. Hey Mia. I'm proud of you, Phoenix. Your defense was truly brilliant. But I couldn't save Mr. Armando, the man who cared so deeply for you. You're wrong, Phoenix. You did save Diego. You saved him in the only way possible. You mean, with that verdict? I think one day you'll understand, too. Phoenix, I want you to remember one thing. You were as good out there today as any defense attorney could ever hope to be. There's nothing more that you can learn from me. Mia, you've accomplished something I wasn't able to. I owe you a great deal. Thank you. Mia, I'm sure we'll meet again someday, Phoenix. I've handled lots of cases and seen a lot of things. And along this journey, I found myself asking just one question. What does it really mean to defend someone? I suppose today's case produced one possible answer. Hey Maya. Hey Nick. Maya. I guess it's just like my sis said. Mia? What did she say? that night when I channeled Mia to get her advice on what to do. This is what she wrote back in my notebook. Don't worry, Phoenix will save everyone in the end. But, come on, cut it out with that gloomy face. Can't you see? Me, Sis, and I'm sure Iris too. We owe you for everything you have done for us, Nick. Maya, how? How could you be so bright and chipper how this has happened? You were brutally attacked. You even saw your mother murdered. Youch! Franziska! Still a softie as always, Phoenix, right? Hey, Miles. Excellent work, right? Huh? Mr. Edgeworth? When did you get back? Oh, that's right. I guess no one filled her in on that. Edgeworth and Franziska have actually been helping me. Helping you? If these two hadn't been here on the first day of the trial, the defense wouldn't have gotten anywhere. Wow, but where were you, Nick? I heard he fell into a river and caught a nasty cold, which he forced himself to sleep all day. Yes, he laid in bed shivering from his fever with Iris's hood put over his head. Oh, ouch. Talk about embarrassing, Nick. You definitely need more training. Anyway, thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. And you, too. Franziska? I don't suppose there's room for me in this group hug, is there? Oh, Larry! What's with the longer than usual face? I realized something when I was reborn. I realized that Larry was never of any use to anyone, not even once. That's not true, right, Nick? What? You're asking me? Well, Nick, is it true? I got a place in this world, right? Huh? Oh, yeah, of course. I knew it. Everyone would be better off if I were gone for good. No. Oh yeah. Those portraits you painted, they were really good. Isn't that right, Edgeworth? What? Me? Why are you making that face, huh, Edgy? Oh, well, yes, indeed. I certainly can't say they lack resemblance. Do you really mean it? What about you, Franzi? Did I draw you well, too? Yeah. My beauty cannot be possibly captured by a mere crayon. Nevertheless, I recognize the effort you put into it, and that's worth something. So you'll do it, like you promised? You're going to model for me in my next picture book? Don't get carried away. Well, how about that? I guess painting portraits is the only thing I'm good at. And painting a Pearl was pretty darn good too, if you ask me. Huh? Now that you mention it, I haven't seen her around. Pearls, where could she have gone? Normally she would have made a beeline for Maya. Oh, I'll go look for her. Be right back. Hey, Pearly! Right. You seem to be uncharacteristically puzzled. I suspect you're wondering how Maya can be so cheerful despite all that has happened. Yeah. To be honest, I can't understand it either. Franziska. That's right. She lost her father fairly recently as well. I think I understand how she feels. Maya is a much wiser person than she appears, and I think she realizes something. Now is exactly the time when she needs to be as strong as she can. What do you mean by, now is exactly the time? Maya wasn't the only one that was badly wounded by this incident. In fact, there was someone that was hurt far more deeply than she. I believe it's for that person that Maya is trying her best not to cry. Someone who was hurt more deeply than Maya. Edgeworth, I think I'm trying to understand too. Ow! And tell me, Phoenix, right? Who is Maya Fey being strong for? Pearl, right?
Take that!
Pearl Fey. Poor kid. After all, the reason that she worked so hard to follow the instructions was because she loved and believed in her mother, Morgan. It's for the good of the Fey clan. I'm sure she believed in every last word. She thought she was doing it for Maya. That's why she was so happy. It shows how truly devoted she is to Maya. But it's a cruel irony that it was her exuberance that led to this tragedy. Maya Fey's mother was killed and Maya herself was put into the deepest peril imaginable.
That's exactly why Maya is putting on a brave face. She's doing it for Pearl's sake, until she can see her smile again. Oh hey, so this is where you all were. Wow, looks like we've got quite the bunch here. Sorry about that, Scruffy. My whip just seems to have a mind of its own. What's up, Detective Gumshoe? Oh, you know, this and that. Anyway, congrats on your win. Let's go out tonight, pal. Dinner's on me. My salary just sort of gone down by the teeny bit, but that's alright. I've made reservations at a first-class French restaurant tonight.
Pretty good work, Scruffy. That whip was your reward.
Detective Gumshoe? You said a first-class French restaurant. You don't mean... Très bien. Where else? I knew it. We're doomed. Come on, let's go, everyone. Can't keep Maggie waiting, pal. Hey, you! Crybaby, you're invited too. Oh, forget about me. Pearl and I will be at the Moose Shack eating potatoes. You know, Maya is taking an awfully long time to get back. She's still out looking for pearls. Oh, Maya. What's wrong? Nick, what do I do? Pearlie, I can't find her anywhere. Huh? I bet she just went back home. That's all. I thought so too, so I called the village. But no one has heard from her. This has never happened before. As I figured, she has been badly hurt by this incident. She feels responsible for the tragedy that has befallen you, Maya. But none of this was her fault. What should I do? Detective Gumshoe. Yeah, what is it, pal? Could you guys go on ahead? But what about you? Maya and I will join you guys once we're fine pearls. Nick! Don't you worry about us, Detective Gumshoe. We may be a little late, but we'll definitely be there. We have a lot of celebrating to do tonight, and I wouldn't miss it for the world. Very well, Phoenix Wright. We'll go on ahead. Don't keep us waiting, Wright. We won't. But where should we look? Where could Pearlie have gone? Let's go, Maya. There's only one place I can think of that pearls might have gone to. Oh, I see. Oscar Temple. For pearls, I bet this is a very important place. After all, it's where this whole incident started. What's this? You're all back so soon? Sister Bikini? I thought we'd be eating mashed potatoes alone tonight. So she's here. Pearlie is here? She's in the training hall. Why don't you hurry along and go see her? Okay. Pearlie's not here. Ah! Maya! The hanging scroll. Ah! Someone cleaned it off. It's gotta be Pearl's. Ah! Mystic Maya! Pearlie! Why did you just leave like that? Mystic Maya. I swore that I would never trouble the two of you ever again. Because it's all my fault that Mystic Maya's mother... That's why you came here? It's the least I can do to pray for your happiness. You don't have to do that, Pearlie. It wasn't your fault. You didn't do anything wrong. Of course I'm sad that my mother is gone, but how could I say this? I'm still happy. You don't have to lie just to make me feel better. No, really. It's true. The only reason I'm still here is all thanks to everyone who was there for me. My sis, my mother, Mr. Armando, Nick, and you. If even one of you weren't there, I'm sure I wouldn't be alive right now. That's why I have to be strong. For all the people that were there for me when I needed them. That's all I can really do. Mystic Maya. I'm impressed. You truly are the daughter of Mystic Misty. Sister Bikini. Your mother, Mystic Misty, was a strong woman indeed. I want to tell you what she said to me that night. After dishonoring the good name of Corrine, I don't have the right to face my daughter. But still, Maya is always in my thoughts. It's true. She'll always be with me until the day I die. Your spirit was with her. That's why your mother was so strong.
Even at the end, I'm sure she had no regrets. She'll always be with me until the day I die, huh? There's a rule or something that all masters are to follow, isn't there? You never take the charm off until the day you die. That's the master's talisman. The thing that Misty kept by her heart and would never take off. It wasn't the container that was important. Rather, it was the contents. That's... a photo? Ah! Mother. It's only natural for living creatures to fight to protect their own lives. But what makes us human is what we fight for. Is that we fight for others. But who do you fight for? How hard must you fight? That's the true measure of what human life is worth. We defense attorneys are warriors who are constantly challenged by that question. Oh shit. Even when the battle is over, and the bonds that connect us are severed, we always return, time and time again. Mia, Maya, Pearls, Mr. Armando, and Maya's mother too. I learned that. All of them. Well, shall we get going? Everyone is waiting. This is a day to remember, a day when a lot of things were finally put to rest. I think we should celebrate what we've overcome today. But I still can't... Oh, go on, sweetie. You can come back for training anytime. Okay. Alright, I'm going to make a brand new start too. Sister Bikini, I'll be back for more training, I promise. I know, and I won't go easy on you just because you're the future master. I'll make sure to prepare reservations for 3-4 when you come back. Alright, we're going to have a great feast today, Pearly. You know why? Because training is a battle of endurance. Okay, Mystic Maya, I'll eat lots and lots of food tonight. You know, there's one thing I don't get, and probably don't want to, but what is it, Nick? Reservations for training is fine and all, but why for 3? Come on, what do you think? You're one of us, Nick. Next time you can train right alongside us. Huh? I'll be waiting for you. Sister Bikini will take special care of you. Huh? Huh? That'd be great, Nick. We're going to do the special course, naturally. Huh? What? Huh? That's a great idea. After all, Mr. Nick, you'd do anything for Mystic Maya, wouldn't you? Even walk on hot coals, right? I'll have a nice big meal before we come next time. Right, Nick? You know, I was wondering if I could say just one little thing. Sure, of course you can. Oh, I love this part. I can't wait to hear it. I'm getting goosebumps, too. Well, then, here goes nothing.
Objection!
Whoa! Let's go! I want to see Godo in here. I really do. Show me Godo. Diego. Actually, I heard there was a legendary extra special ultra course here too. I think I'll surprise the 2 of them by making them a secret reservation. No, Pearls. No, don't do it. My ass cheeks can only take on so hard. He got a new jacket. Yay! That's so cute. Hey, Adrian. Uh-oh. Pretty cute, huh? I wanted to show my appreciation to Mr. Wright for exterminating Don Tigre, so I lent him $500,000 in a tea set, a special thick tea, one I mixed with my own two hands. But he's drinking it now. Win through compromise. It was so sweet of you and everyone else to come visit me here the other day. Of course I was happy that you constantly had eyes on me, but I felt kind of bad when the little one slapped you so hard you got a nosebleed. Oh shit.
Objection!
Ben, Grom, and Judd. They finally released the voice actors.
Objection!
Sean King,
Objection!
Mia Fey, Christina Catano,
Objection!
James C. Wilson,
Objection!
Janet Sue. Wasn't she the one that localized the game? David Crislip. What's this? I'm back from a long, tiring vacation and no one here to greet me. I guess while it's gone, my little whippersnapper buddy quit and I've got no one. And what kind of a lonely, crazy security room is this supposed to be anyway? What's all the flashing lights and switches? I feel some sort of space. Of course, old bag's in this game somehow. Fuck out of here. Come on, show me Godo. Or Diego, rather. Franzie's whippity whip trip is going to turn the art world on its head. I should have realized it sooner. Self-centered, lazy, antisocial. I'm an artist. A really good portrait artist. I'm not a loser after all. That is so cool. That is extremely cool. Holy fuck. Where's Godo, though? We didn't see him.
So, Apollo Justice up, huh? Hey man. I'm totally game. Bravo. I think I found my new favorite prosecutor. Godot across... I would say Miles is still like top tier, but Godot is literally same tier. Phoenix will always be the one defensive attorney that I always love. There's no unlikable character that you like are debatably hating. Well, that's it, I guess. Let's even get Apollo Justice running. Jesus. Again. That was fucking amazing. Alright.